GP 2025 with rain. Rain is forecast. We had a great race here 2 years ago. Sergio Perez at about, I think it was 10 billion pit stops if I remember. So hopefully more of the same today. For the Dutch GP, Max Verstappen starting in P3. Isaac Hadjar, surely the qualifier of the day, that's the thing. Just make sure I got everything up. I swear, some of these things are just so difficult to navigate, man. How do I do this? It's the worst experience I've ever had. Find what I'm trying to see. Live. I don't care about Crystal Palace versus Accrington Stanley. Genuinely insane. Okay, yeah. I think. Welcome along everyone, welcome Chaya, welcome Dark Cloud, upgrading the membership as well to YouTube DRS. I'm going to slam in some claps there already. I look at the Max Verstappen looking absolutely shocked and loving that. Thank you very much Dark Cloud, appreciate it. Today I think I do actually have time to go through and do the membership stuff. Check the emojis. Do we need to refresh some of these emojis? We can swap and update them. Good to see you as well, Vlaco, back in the house. The 12-month badge, #2 top fan. And John as well. Hopefully going to be an exciting race today. Windy. Free practice is quite exciting. I think the Ferraris... I don't know how I feel about Ferrari, right? Have Ferrari done okay in qualifying or not? Like, it kind of feels like Ferrari have done okay. But then... should 6th and 7th ever be acceptable for Ferrari? Do you know what I mean? Race start is in 57 minutes. We're here early for this one. Chai, glad to be part of another stream yesterday. It's been a while. Yesterday was out and about. I was sad to have missed it. No worries. I was thinking about getting the ticker tape working again. Do we want to add the ticker tape? Let's do the ticker tape. Ticker tape's so much fun. Let me find it. There's some very complicated way of doing the ticker tape that I don't unfortunately remember because I saved it somewhere and now I just don't really know where I saved it. Luckily I don't really use this PC, so that's one of the last files open. Where is it? Where are you? It's the marquee text. It's all about the marquee text, isn't it? Sprite does not exist in the marquee text. That ain't good. Where's the marquee text? Marquee text. Okay. Maybe I need to paste in the default marquee text. The default marquee text I just deleted and replaced with hello. That wasn't very clever of me. Okay. Is that gonna work? Is that gonna work? Text scroll. Version 0.5. Okay. Let's try this. We're gonna get it up. Okay, okay, I've got goal alert. I've got goal alert. Yes! Okay, I just need someone to give me something for the marquee text. Okay? And then we're good. Then we're going to be good. So I need to add the... what is it? The marquee text. Scroller. Text scroll. Yes! Now we're talking. Should never have gone away, frankly. You know what? I'm going to put that under the thing. It's going to look absolutely amazing. Where's my camera? How does this work? Camera border. Sounds good. Where was camera border? Camera border. Ah, yes! Back in the game. That's what separates us, frankly. It's all about that. Those are probably from a GP about 5 years ago. You know what? You know what? I'm going to keep the marquee text here. I'm going to keep the marquee text here. Wonder if I can put the next comment in. Yes! Look at this! That's incredible! I'm a big fan of this, chat. Okay. So if you want your comments in, you gotta @ me. If you want your comments in... I didn't even read that comment. In fact, I probably shouldn't... Hang on. Maybe that's not the right comment to put on. Let's maybe put Chaya's comment in instead. Okay, maybe the mods need to provide me with the comments. Nice. Omer, I'm going to go crazy if Lando has a normal start. I think Lando sounded pretty resigned yesterday, to be honest. So it's all about the beginning. Because they won't be allowed to race or something like that, was what he was saying. Is this marquee text working? No. Hang on, let me try like this. Don't worry, we're doing it on the fly. It's cool. Okay, what about this? Mods, if you paste me a comment for me to put in, you need to put double space at the beginning, because for some reason it chops off the first two. Just do them as a space. In the future, we'll get the mods. You can do this remotely, right? You can do it remotely, and I'll remote it in. It sounds extremely risky, but... Welcome BCR Esports, welcome back with the #1 badge. Hang on, there's multiple people with the #1 badge here. I don't know what's going on. Black is still on holiday, but there are priorities. Watching the race. Stephen Hart wants to see my boy Lando win, but Oscar will be fine to ensure a McLaren win, just as the Papaya platoon ordered. Welcome Rod Shepherd as well. Welcome Dominic Padillo and Bill Jones. So yeah, we got the ticker tape up today. If someone wants to put a question in there, we should use this for the... We're going to use this for the sim racing Wednesday streams as well. Ticker tape game is on point. So that's how qualifying finished yesterday, under yellow flag, weirdly. Probably to fix Lance Stroll on the barrier. By the way, Lance Stroll not even starting last, because Oliver Behrman's going to be in the pits. So Lance Stroll, despite all those shenanigans, will somehow be starting from P19. Fair play to Lance Stroll. Does anyone think we were too harsh on Lance Stroll yesterday, or were we not harsh enough? Definitely extremely windy at Zandvoort and overcast as well. You're just never too far away from the rain when you're in that part of the world, I can tell you. BCI, I made a short in the F2004 after you talking about yesterday. Very nice. Great car. I feel like Formula 1 should take legendary cars from the F1 teams to the races and do show laps at every Grand Prix. Anyone disagree with that? if I was FIA president? Here's a question from Chaya. Let's put it in the chat. So if I'm going to get this right. Ah, no, because it's got spaces in it. Oh my days, this is it's more intense than I thought it was going to be. So if I do it like that, will it work? Control V. Oh, there we go. I like it. What do people think about the ticker tape? Is that the final bit that was missing from our new layout? Does anyone miss the old layout, the old crazy layout? Look at that. Simracingdiscord.com. About 5,000 people in there now. And simracenews.com. Safety car is always good around here. Yeah, it might catch people out with the tyres as well. I think it could be a good GP. I think we could see people falling off. It's going to be a tricky one. It's interesting coming back from the summer break and coming to like a really punishing racetrack like this, where there's basically no real straights. Maybe the home straight is the only real straight. As you can see, the other straights aren't. They're straights in a racing sense, in that you're not braking. But they're not straight in terms of you can actually just rest your neck. So these straights are going to punish your neck, which is quite interesting. Omar thinks, I think maybe teams like Merck will really struggle to do a one-stop. Does anyone know what tyres teams have from the outcome of free practice? It's a good observation, though. Very good observation. Look at Hadjar. Do you think Hadjar might get a podium here? Hadjar could win this if the top three take themselves out. Welcome, Martin Hampson. I'll be doing well today as well. Fernando Alfonso in P10 as well. This could be a sort of race that he excels in. We will see. It's going to be difficult to overtake here for sure. Don't know how effective the DRS is going to be. No info on tyres yet. Yeah, normally you find out right at the end, don't we? Right at the end. Ferrari has the most race victories at Zandvoort. However, their last victory was in 1983. That's right up there with most useless stats, I think. BTR, most of them use all of their softs. I doubt they'll be using softs in the race, though, would they anyway, I guess. Lewis Hamilton's getting in the car. Cars will be going round. Welcome, Nevin Richards. Yeah, I wonder if will we see like maybe the RBs start on the hard tyre, for example, because they want to do some kind of alternate strat. Could be the case. We'll find out. Who didn't do well in qualifying? Nico Hulkenberg, maybe. Not the best qualifying for Nico Hulkenberg. We're used to seeing incredible feats of brilliance from Nico Hulkenberg in qualifying, but it didn't happen this time. Pierre Gasly. Oh, we didn't know how the Alpines were going to do. He was right up there at one stage, did a flying lap in like Q2 maybe. Then flattered to deceive. Alex Albon, poor qualifying for Albon. Very poor qualifying. Nevan, I'm predicting a papaya merge into T1. Oscar Piastri's having a good laugh. He's very relaxed, Oscar Piastri. He's having a giggle in the pits as he kind of slides into his race suit the opposite way of like a caterpillar might come out of a cocoon. Just in reverse. He's kind of like making sure everything's in there. All the limbs. Zipping it up. Chai says weather at the track right now is very grey. Some raindrops here and there, but nothing significant.
Okay, crack on.
Welcome Dong Dong. Personally, Ocon had one of the worst qualifying results. Yeah. Behrman with an engine change as well, so Haas... Would you reckon the Haas... Is it almost certain the Haas are going to start on the hard here? And then be like trying to go for that safety car window? Kimi was unlucky they sent him early. What do you mean they sent him early? How much time left to the race? Only 44 minutes. It's going quickly, actually. Till the GP. Let me put the weather update in. Look at this. Try and put some emojis in the comments. We'll see if the emojis get picked up. They might not get picked up. I was surprised by the amount of traffic, basically. Or the stacking at the end of the pit exit. It seemed extreme to me. Any significant rain won't start until roughly 4:30 to 5:30 local time. Well, given the race is starting at 3 PM local time, that's... The rain might come at the very end or just miss the race. What do we think? That would be exciting right at the end, like the last... And then you have like a Sochi scenario. Mandy Savage, I didn't know you were K127. Well, I'm not. So, sorry to shatter that perception. But that ain't true. Such a brutal circuit, this. A lot of fun to drive in the Mazda MX-5, in the sim at least. Just think it would be exhilarating here. When I drove in Spain, there was a straight that's kind of like the straight after turn 3 here. And it's like, because it's a straight but there's like corners in it, you can gain a lot of time. And so you're thinking, I shouldn't really overtake here. In fact, they said don't overtake around this corner. It's just silly. But you're kind of thinking, I probably should try and overtake it. But if you mess it up, you just die. How Jack Villeneuve has fallen now, doing little VTs for Sky Sports. Man's a world champion, for goodness sake. Mandy, on your vid, you zoomed in to Hudson name. Yeah, that was the editor did that. It was one of those ones I was like, oh, can we redo that zoom? But I thought, it doesn't matter. It's like, why wouldn't you zoom into my name? People are going to think it's someone else. And this happened. See? That's why we've got to have these standards on the edits. Standards be slipping. I'm just too relaxed. Just too relaxed. Now, everyone who watches that video is not going to think that I'm A+. Or maybe it's done deliberately, so people will comment like you've done now, and actually it's 4D chess. Frankly, I don't know anymore. Right, are the McLarens going to come together? That's the big question. Do we think, by the way, that Piastri is now a better qualifier than Oscar, but Oscar might have better race pace? Do you think Oscar might have... Sorry, do we think Oscar's a better qualifier than Lando, but Lando might have better race pace? And therefore, are we going to see Lando have to do something? And remember what happened in Canada? When Lando just... Piastri's equal to... Who's faster, Piastri or Oscar? Yeah, Canada was just embarrassing for Lando, wasn't it? That was a real low point for Lando. They're pretty equal. Some people are saying that Piastri is actually a faster driver than Oscar. There is a World Championship on the line here for sure, though. And who knows what's going to happen last year. McLaren have finished this generation the strongest. And by the way, if the McLarens really push each other, we could see like how dominant this McLaren is. Like it could be Rosberg and Hamilton back in the day when they're just pulling away from the field like silly. It'd be incredible for Oscar Piastri if he wins the championship here as well, because it was all set up for Lando, and Oscar came in, did the switch from Alpine. Look where Alpine are. I mean, Oscar Piastri could very well be starting this race in P14 in an Alpine, which is kind of weird to think about, but it is true. BCR, I think Piastri has better mentality. Omar, this year Lando is faster in the races. Ward's, Oscar and Piastri are very close, almost like the same person. It's uncanny, isn't it? Nevan, I think Piastri has a more consistent race style and deals with pressure better. Lando is capable of driving slightly quicker, but not consistently. Oscar has been extremely consistent at times, but I wonder if Lando's actually the faster driver. Yeah, pit lane is open. Drivers are heading out. There were some donuts done earlier yesterday. I think Nina Gademan won her home F1 Academy race. Quite cool. I will be driving a single-seater actually in this month. No, it's not September yet. In September, I'm going to be driving a single-seater, which I'm very excited about. I'm super excited about it. I haven't driven a single-seater for a long time. Omar says, Lando improved his mentality since Canada. He needed to. That was a big wake-up, perhaps. Who gets the better start? Can you imagine if Lando doesn't bottle the start and actually Lando sweeps around the outside at turn 1? Can you also imagine if they take each other out? Two McLaren drivers going for the World Championship, taking each other out at a right-handed turn 1, where there are some little S's after. Seems about right. Which class? It's not a race. It's just a experience in a just like a little Formula car, but nothing crazy at all. Lewis Hamilton, maybe doing some installation laps. I'll go around the circuit, go through the pit lane, just check everything's working as it should. Lewis Hamilton pretty close within Charles Leclerc, and as I've always said, wow, they come in very quick to the pit lane. Like, if they have any kind of fault, there's going to be like many deaths. Because they swoop into the pit lane, if you imagine, at like racing speed. I can't have a look at that again. Hang on. Oh, damn, I went all the way to the beginning. I'm not very good at this technology. I'm too ambitious there. Look. Yeah, so Lewis Hamilton goes around the last corner, basically at racing speed, and then he sweeps into the pit lane at probably like 200 miles an hour. No, probably 100 miles an hour. It seems extremely dangerous. Like, if there happens to be a failure there, which would be unusual, but you're just going to plow through all of the celebrities and whatnot on the pit straight. I'm a little bit surprised. I always thought they would come in less speedy than that. There are yellow flags out. Like, you have to be pit limiter. I don't see any benefit to steaming around the last corner like that. Josh Adams says, would be nice to see Hadjar fighting for win. I agree. If the McLarens take each other out, it might be all eyes on Hadjar. yeah, hopefully will be a video there. I still have videos to make for my Mazda racing. I've got karting videos from last week, so basically need more editing support. Piastri was on the radio. I have like a whistling noise coming from somewhere. I don't know if it's a mirror or my helmet. Some kind of whistling noise. It's just the engineer whistling down the radio just to put him off. So, still installation laps going on. I think when we get to half past, they normally line up on the grid. Adam, how many laps can they do without changing the tyres on neutral situation? Well, apparently the one stopper here gets you to about lap 30 on the mediums, with the rest on the hards. Damien Wright will edit for me. Ping me in the Discord. Audience apparently is mostly orange coloured. I can confirm they're either McLarens or Verstappens out there. Welcome, Fred. I don't know what that means. BCR Esports saying the two-stop is quicker here. Well, I know that they've changed the pit speed, haven't they? Has the pit speed gone down or gone up? Is pit speed down or up? If the pit speed goes up, you can do more stops, right? If the pit speed goes down, you don't want to spend time in the pit lane. Also affects how safety car time losses. Very, very curious. Have fun, everyone. Very nice. Up from 60 to 80. Okay, so therefore it might make the two-stop more viable. Just a couple of seconds in there, I imagine. Well, that's a is that a 33% increase? This is a good one for us, chat. Is that a 33% increase in the pit time? What do we think? How about we don't rely on my mass? That would be a bad thing. You are correct. Okay, there we go. It feels like it should be a quarter. It feels like it totally should be 25%. BCR Esports also confirming. Very nice. Now we deal in percentages here. None of this metric or imperial. It's just purely percentages. It's an advert for McDonald's. Are you ready for spicy McNuggets? Honestly, I am literally not interested in spicy McNuggets. I want my McNuggets to be very bland, and then I want to use the dip to kind of like accentuate. I'm not interested in spicy McNuggets. Is anyone interested in spicy McNuggets? I don't get that at all. I don't get it. It's basically not a McNugget at that point at all. Thanks, Damien. Welcome, McGurkin, as well. We're just half an hour away now from the start of the GP. Josh Adams tried. Is there anything Josh Adams hasn't done? Mathematician, strategist, and official McDonald's blind tester. BCR interested in some rain. Well, apparently the rain, if it comes, it's going to come quite late. So we will see. I would love to. I hope it's one of those though where we got the camera shots over the shoulder at radar. You never get a screenshot of the radar, right? In Formula One broadcast, it's always a camera shot over the shoulder on the pit wall, zooming in, and then some clouds moving in a way that you just can't quite interpret because you don't have a time scale. But there's clouds moving like that. Does anyone know that iconic shot? I might recreate it using AI. Advert game is getting crazy. Give me the adverts. Okay, we're all good though. We're all good here, I think. What if Antonelli? Do we think Antonelli should be moving up to P6 or so? Will that force him into doing some risky overtakes? Nothing spicy for Vlatka. Try confirming Dutch weather website. Nothing significant until after 4:30 local time, which is 1.5 hours into the race, and I reckon the race is going to be about 1.5 hours. They usually are, aren't they? It's very grey weather at the track, we can see. It's good that we have that update. Does that make me a blunt girl? I don't know. I'm not sure blunt is the right word there. If Anthony does make moves, I just got to hope they actually show it. Yeah, they'll just be showing the front runners, I reckon. Weird that Sky Budget couldn't have stretched their own graphics using some Met Office data. That's a good point, actually. It's a good point. Just zooming in on other people's data. I think it is cool that the weather can affect things. I feel like the way Formula 1 is going, they want all the teams to be super close and like any, you know, so all teams win a race in the season and it's super fair and every team is therefore you get more investment across the teams. I feel like that is the opposite philosophy of like weather can randomize everything. Formula 1 Grand Prix Sunday at the Netherlands. Would it be interesting if it was raining right now? That would be fun also. I would enjoy that. So, I reckon the cars will be on the grid slots right now. And you have about 15 minutes of grid walk, don't you? Grid walk till 1:45. Is it Anthem at 1:45 or 10:02? Or is the Anthem at 5:02? When's the Anthem? I should know, I've been doing quite a few grid walks this year. It's on the grid at Monaco. I haven't released the Monaco grid walk video. What's going on? There is a chance of rain. There is a chance of rain. But it's forecast to come late. It's going to be relentless Formula 1 now till the end of the year. And then there's going to be a relentless off-season because anything can happen with the engine. So we're basically in Formula 1 cycle for about 11 months, I would say. Let's see what's going to happen between the McLarens at turn 1. Oh, it's very grey. It's extremely grey. Super, super grey in Zandvoort. Reed Van Loon Zandvoort, still one of the most crazy tracks. Not that I'm biased or something, definitely not biased. Shy 21 degrees at the track though. So grey but kind of warm. BCR Esports saying foggy. Not sure about foggy, but it's definitely very cloudy. Welcome, Professor of Logic. Josh Adams would be surprised if we got no rain looking at that. Yeah, I mean, it's a definition of overcast, I would say. Definitely not a sunny day right now. But again, it could all blow away, don't know. I'm not even sure how reliable the weather forecasts are in this part of the world. It can just be hyper-localized. It could be one of those ones where the drivers start reporting spots of rain. There's just some sprinkles. Thing is, they're right by the sea and there's some wind. Despite it looking great, it's likely to blow over. Okay. 25 minutes to go now. It's just a sea of orange. Orange is the colour here. And Heineken, who I think the advert says, when you drink, drive. Which I'm sure is not... It should be the opposite. Don't know how they can get away with that. Oh, they've got even Dutch flags in the grandstands. The grandstands are all Dutch. Only one covered grandstand. Maybe only one covered grandstand at the whole circuit, actually. Sainz was eating yogurt. Maybe that's the secret. What yogurt was he having, though? Chai says the track is 100 metres or less for the beach. Does that mean you get a sand on the track sometimes? If it was super windy? Is there going to be a grid walk or not? Surely we'd do a grid walk. Welcome, Marie Hudson. Let's hope good to see you again. Let's hope it's a good race today. Yes, indeed. Karun Chandok is going to be prowling the grid. Although I'm not sure he's... You've got to have a certain mentality for prowling the grid. You do get a sand on the track. Okay. Sand just gets everywhere. Who's going to be down on the grid today? Also, how is Flavio Briatore in Formula 1? I still don't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. Adam says, I love Max, but I think he takes risky moves and stupid moves sometimes. Do you agree? Are you talking about Barcelona by any chance? How would you define the moves in Barcelona? Two Spaniards on row 5 of the grid. McGurkin, no Brundle, Ted Kravitz. Yeah, they're both, what, having a long holiday? Guess it's last week of school holidays. Last week of the school holidays. Jonathan Wheatley's on the circuit, but you'd expect that because he is the principal at Sauber. So it would be weird if he wasn't there. So far I haven't seen anyone interesting on the grid, frankly. Well, like I said, I don't understand how they can be sponsored by Kick. I've never seen anyone wearing Stake F1 merchandise. Doesn't look like the most exciting grid, I've got to be honest. Basically. I think Karun's just getting all the really nerdy technical people, but we want to see, like, Post Malone or someone. Welcome, Susie K. Max, is Michael Schumacher in disguise? Well, if he'd won this season, he'd be 5 times. Surely then you would be going for 7. Most probably don't want to promote gambling, maybe. I'm surprised Kick haven't ever emailed me. Actually, they did email me. But I'm surprised they haven't emailed me about Formula 1 and, like, if they're making a push for Formula 1. And I could be like, no, thank you, I'm very happy on YouTube. Doing this with no adverts, I believe. Just 20 minutes to go now till the start of the race. And I think a lot of the action is going to happen in the first corner. If we're honest. Who's going to come out in front, Lando or Oscar? And is there going to be some kind of papaya rules where McLaren say, once you've gone through the first corner, you can't fight again for the rest of the race? I feel like that would be quite a McLaren thing to do. This is one of the worst grid walks I think that's ever happened. It's not a good grid walk. You got to put microphones in people's faces. I think Sky have over-commercialised the grid walk because now there's a select list of people that they pre-selected are going to talk to. And I think that's not the essence of a grid walk. Max will push them both off and through goes Hadjar. Imagine if there is a through goes Verstappen moment here. As the McLarens fight each other too hard. All the Red Bull mechanics standing behind the rear wing of the Red Bull. So maybe there's been some kind of upgrade. I do find that a bit comical because it wouldn't be hard to stick a camera and get a shot of the rear wing, surely. You could basically make it out on TV. It's never good with that MB. Josh, love Kareem, but this isn't it. If Martin's taking the weekend off, they do something else. BCR says Bernie was quality on the grid. Bernie Ecclestone. It's just very disorientating, and like the camera's not even level. Like I think the gyro on the camera's broken. I feel like. I feel like the camera's tilted, but it might just be me. Nevan doesn't miss the evil dwarf. Goodness me. Yeah, this is top 10 worst grid walks of all time. It's terrible. I think Hungary last year there was no one on the grid. That wasn't great. Chai, King and Queen are present. King, Cola Pinto's Argentinian and a fan of the Queen. She's Argentinian. He has to focus on performing, so we haven't spoken to him yet. Okay, there we go. That's genuinely better information than anything from the official grid walk. My name is Captain Ketch. Aren't both garages going head-to-head at McLaren? Yeah, but they will have rules on what they can and cannot do. Rules of engagement. Xavi Simons, who Sky have pre-lined up to speak to. They've got his graphic ready and everything because it ties in with obviously the Sky Sports football stuff. It's no accident. It's not a coincidence. I'm not interested in it. I don't care what he has to say. Chai, apparently the crew at RB are fixing some things on Verstappen's car, where they were all stood behind the rear wing, hiding it off. Damn, this grid walk has just been put it in the bin. Put it in the bin and burn it. It's meant to be a grid talk. It's not. They took it too literally. They just walked the grid. McGurkin loved Bernie's accent though, and she is genuinely knowledgeable. Nevan says she is indeed. Very nice. Tries the front wing has to be repaired. FIA is watching. Okay. What's happened there? Did he glance it or something then? Well, I'm going to try and get us up with live race stats. So just bear with me, everyone. Bear with me. I'm going to try and get us the track map, race control. Alright, let's see if it works. Ah, yes, basically there. You can see the cars are on the grid. Boom. There we go. We are ready for the race, everyone. 72 laps it's going to be. There's a Chinook in the air. There is. Right, let's do our first nations check, everyone. Let's do our... it's like testing the engine. Let's do a nations check. Let us know where in the world you're watching from today. It was Netherlands dominated yesterday. And again, I don't understand how you can have Sky Sports News also in the broadcast. Here we go. So, Chai from Netherlands, Nali USA, Stefan Australia, Marie UK, Stephen from Wigan, Professor USA, Susie UK, Vids UK, David Deegan from Ireland, Martin Netherlands, Josh UK, Nevin from SE10, and Rob from Shanghai, China. Extremely global. Extremely global. McGurkin, gloriously sunny if a bit windy. Britain. Ben Lang from Australia. You can see Oliver Behrman is going to be starting from the pit lane. The Bearmeister starting from the pits. And we're just 13 minutes away now from the start of the Dutch GP. It's going to be Piastri and Norris on the front row. Then Verstappen and Hadjar on the second row. Could Hadjar be in a position to profit here? We often see it. This is my prediction from the start. Let me know what you think. I think Lando will try and go round the outside of Piastri. But because Piastri will have squeezed Lando, Verstappen will end up undercutting Lando. So I think Verstappen will overtake Lando around the first corner. What do we think, chat? Do we think it's likely or not? Everyone says Buffalo Lando. What's Buffalo Lando? Is that Buffalo Bill? What does Buffalo Lando even mean? Professor, probably going to be a hard fight between the McLarens. Chaya hopes no accidents. I assume Pole is on the inside here. Oh, we've got some F-35s. I didn't know the Netherlands had F-35s. Going around the Chinook. Chinook's heading back. F-35s. Just buzzing. It's not that cool, to be honest. Like, they're not that stylish, are they? It's also not. It's not that exciting to just fly some American planes. Isaac Hadger's on Insta. Josh, Oscar does fight hard at starts, so can't see him letting Lando through easily, so anything can happen. Welcome Artemis from Finland. McGurkin, Mackers will be prattling around each other. Max will be in the lead by turn 4. I'd love to see a race where Max just defends every lap and wins the race at home. Are we not giving Max? Are we not putting enough credit on Max's name here? Bono having some words with Kimi. Crazy Aid watch Piastri 1 away and Norris hold up Verstappen. Or if they clown about, they defend together, they will take each other out. Now there's a thought. Keep an eye on Verstappen, basically. Keep an eye on Verstappen. Try to confirm that the problem with Verstappen car seems fixed. Nevin, I can't see the humidity. What do you mean? Maybe Chai can let us know what the humidity is looking like. There's a DJ on the track. We're meant to be going in 8 minutes. Who's this dude? There's a DJ on the track with massive decks. Michael says he's not the Messiah. Max is a very naughty boy. Lando putting on his balaclava. I don't race with the balaclava. I like the I like the helmets I've got. Gnarly, if he wins, that's okay, but I want to see Lando get one. You want to see Lando get the win? Susie, hit the like button, show your support. McGurkin, I'm not really too bothered who wins. I just want to see good racing and the championship go all the way to the last race. Oh, and minimal FIA interference. Bring Michael Massey back as like a special guest race director. That's what I say. Risk of rain, 60%. 60%, apparently. How come I'm not seeing F-35s? It's because they're stealth aircraft. Michael, the Dutch are famous for pumping out terrible DJs. It reminds me of the F1 launch event. Rise Higher. God, there's so much cheese on that toast. That's just insane. Okay, so we're going to have obviously a formation lap. Cars will grid up. Oh, humidity is 6%. No, it says, if you look at the screen, it says risk of rain is 60%, doesn't it? That's what I'm reading. That's the information I'm being told at the moment. Risk of rain. BCR start on mediums or hards. I don't know actually. It depends if you think there's going to be a safety car. Professor, the sky is looking darker and darker. Okay. What a nice setup we've got today. Looking busy, looking good. Chai says risk of rain. Still what I mentioned before. Okay. And we got the ticker tape here. We can put stuff in the ticker tape. I think what we see now is the best setup we've ever had. Welcome HPRGP as well. Munir says Hajar Masterclass incoming. Let's see. Colapinto down in P16. Will we see Colapinto bin it? Anyone a little bit surprised Colapinto's kept the seat?
Keep trying.
So Piastri, Norris, Verstappen, Hadjar, Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton. Haven't spoken too much about the Ferraris. Lawson, Sainz, Alfonso, Antonelli, Sonoda, Bortoletti, Gasly, Albon, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, Ocon, Stroll, and Behrman starting from the pits, I believe, with an engine change. What can Lance Stroll do? If we see Fernando Alfonso doing well up in the top half of the grid and Lance Stroll not being able to overtake, surely you've got to start asking question marks. Michael Alpine, Fabio has successfully turned the team to a farce. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to win the GP. Which driver do you think is going to win? Professor, there's a tiny possibility of rain. Yeah, Jack doing Redemption. Apparently he's doing a lot of work in the sim, isn't he? So he's putting himself in the right place. Do we see anything on the forecast or not? Let's keep an idea. McGurkin says Last Stroll, Nevin says Behrman. Well, there we go. That's where the support is. No one's saying Piastri, no one's saying Lando. Oliver Behrman from the back. Michael's saying Chico turned down a seat at Alpine. I didn't even know Chico was in the mix. It really was F1 silly season. 4 or so minutes to go, everyone. Welcome, Snowline. Good morning, international F1 fans. Are we to go racing? Yes, we are. Davina Jane says Stroll for the win. If Stroll wins this race, it will be... We're about to see one of the best races of all time. Yeah, I mean, I think with the camber here, the rain must be very interesting. Because you might want to go on adverse camber, where it's drier. Wonder how much they're able to simulate that. They might not be able to simulate that much. Michael says Piastri. Phil Law says Ferrari for the win. Not sure. If Stroll wins, half the field at least will have DNF'd, I'd say. 67 likes. Come on, chat. 189 people watching. If everyone hits the like button right now, we will get to 100 likes. Let's push to 100 likes before the race starts. Put those like emojis in the chat. Do we have a like emoji? I'll do a 10 out of 10. Berger says Stroll has a good chance of being first to his hotel. Maybe. Here we go, tyres. It looks like we got tyres. And it looks like we've got soft tyres for Colapinto and Hulkenberg. Which is very interesting. Is that going to be a 3-stop or something? And question marks over Verstappen and Tsunoda. We don't know with the Red Bulls what tyres are on, but I would assume... Oh, softs! Softs for the Red Bulls. Softs for the Red Bulls. McLaren, watch out. Yeah, smash it again, Phil Law. Encourage everyone else to get us to 100 likes. Softs for the Red Bulls. Chat, what do we think about that? What do we think about that, then? Softs. Lando was being told we're still waiting for the Red Bulls. And Hadja being told Max soft confirm Yuki soft. George Russell, Red Bulls are on new soft tyres. And Oscar Piastri now being told, final tyre update, Verstappen and Tsunoda on soft tyres. Very interesting strategy. Very interesting. A new shower has popped up as well, 14 laps into the race. New rain shower. It's all kicking off now. 14 laps. Hadjar being told 10 to 15 are made, but it's very, very small. We don't expect it to affect what we're doing, but we might hear the driver say, I can see raindrops. Josh Adams, our soft's going to be forced to 2-stop, will last for 1. Snowline, probably a tactical error. Chat, what do we think here about the soft tyre? What does that mean on strategy? Is that a 2-stop? Is that because they're limited on mediums and hards? Max going for 7 stops again. Professor saying that the temps are too low. For anything else, the temps are significantly lower than yesterday. About 5 degrees lower than yesterday. Yeah, rain 15 minutes out. Lawson being told Red Bulls are both on softs. McGurkin could be expecting rain early. Maybe Red Bull knows something about the rain that we don't, and no one else knows. Because softs could be a genius move if you've got a box in 10 laps anyway. Nevan, Red Bull's gone soft. Chat, do we think that's a W move for Red Bull or not a W move for Red Bull? I can't see anything, but looking at weather forecast for Zandvoort City, City's probably more inland, isn't it? I would guess. This is more Zandvoort Beach Resort. Welcome Raging Hawk as well. Josh, if the softs are a rain gamble, it doesn't rain, it doesn't matter if they lose out because they wouldn't beat the McLarens anyway. But they've got to be trying to beat the McLarens with Verstappen. Josh says they've got to try something, so it's a good call. As the Rolex goes over to 3 o'clock local time. And the formation lap does start. In fact, the standings are going to be a little bit ahead of me, as always. Yeah, we're underway. Oh, someone locked up. Hadjar's locked up into turn 1. I'm not exaggerating. Hadjar's already locked up into turn 1. Does that show that the drivers are going to be really aggressively trying to get heat into the tyres? Maybe the Verstappen team knows something that we don't. Do they know something we don't? So Max Verstappen could be trying to essentially decapitate the McLarens here at the beginning. It's the opposite of what we saw at Barcelona when Max was on hard tyres. And didn't he have Leclerc behind him on fresh softs, if I remember? Welcome, Sizex. Good to see you. As you're joining, please do hit the like button. We want to get to like at least 500 likes today. So let's go on the like front. So the McLarens are pulling in to the home straight, everyone. We are about to start. So the standings will go ahead of me. I'm going to call it as I see it. It's a bit bright. I'm going to call it as I see it. And then I will catch up. I will catch up. But keep an eye on Verstappen, basically. Keep an eye on Verstappen. 11 minutes till the rain is expected. It can be comparing for burnouts. So it'll be 5 burnouts. Oh, is that burnouts on the way to the grid? So are they burning out on the way to their grid slot? Because if so, they're very concerned about tyre temperature. Very concerned about tyre temperature. Yeah, I think Lando was doing some small burnouts just as he was approaching his grid slot. But now he's going to sit there for ages as everyone else does their burnouts. Rain in 10 minutes now officially confirmed, everyone. And like I said, I'm going to call it as I see it. The standings will go ahead of me, so you're going to be the first people in the world to see. And Oscar Piastri is on the outside, pole position on the outside. So I imagine he's going to aggressively try and chop into Lando Norris. Where can Josh go slow? Get ready, everyone. So one of the cars from behind dives into the pit lane. That will be Behrman, I believe. The marshal's waving the green flag. 1 red light, 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And after the summer break, we do go. We're off the line with both McLarens. It's a great start from Lando, but Oscar does chop across and they're side by side with Verstappen. And Lando behind him. Verstappen does exactly what I said and tries to go round the outside of Lando, but then runs a little bit wide. Is side by side with Lando and Verstappen. Verstappen, oh, almost spins, but he holds on to it and he does take the P2 over Lando Norris in turn 3. Verstappen was right on the limit there. And as I predicted, he has taken that position from Lando, who was compromised by Oscar, into turn 1. And if I could predict it as some kind of idiot here, how come McLaren didn't just sort that out amongst themselves beforehand? Stupid, 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 frankly. So Verstappen is now in P2 on the soft tyres, but he almost went around. He very nearly had a big accident that would have caused chaos. Max almost dead. Yes, indeed. Welcome, Dark Cloud. Thanks for upgrading the membership as well. Really appreciate that. So I'll catch up now on the leaderboard here. And we do have Verstappen in P2. Piastri out in the lead. Lando struggling a little bit. And are we going to see Verstappen on those soft tyres make a move on Piastri? DRS has officially been enabled now as well. So DRS is enabled. Sonoda 1 place up as well on the soft tyres. Good spot. That's over Antonelli. Yeah, so when Piastri chopped across on Lando, Verstappen went all the way around the outside at turn 1. He then ran wide on the exit of turn 1. He then had a huge moment through turn 2. Almost did a 360. Somehow managed to stay in the inside of the banking at turn 3 and maintain the position. So Max Verstappen, the 4-time world champion, is in P2 right now. And Lando being harassed a little bit by Isaac Hadjar, who's within DRS. So how is the Red Bull... A Class 1 rain for 8 minutes may or may not require it Inter. Unclear. Strat 7. Strat 7. Well, hang on a second. If they have to change for Inters, then Verstappen's pulled a blinder here, because he's kept a fresh set of presumably mediums for later in the race. Everyone else is scrubbing, but might need to change off earlier. And he was also able to go onto the softer tyre, which maintain the heat a bit better and get that position off the line. Vlad, not happy. I agree with Kireth. That should have been sorted for the start. Yes. Daniel Reed, great move by Max. Strategy win. Bortoletto down 5 places. Might have been an issue. Keep all your comments coming in, by the way. It's a fully interactive live stream here. So definitely just put your thoughts in the comments. What you're seeing, what you're noticing. Charles Leclerc has overtaken George Russell. With what I think was a bit of a dodgy move, because he did get a lap time to delete it. Joseph Bughelli saying Lando picking up the pace now. Albon up 5 places. That is a generational start from Albon. That needs to be studied, frankly. Does anyone know how Albon's done that? How has Albon got past Antonelli? That makes no sense. And Alfonso, who started in P10, is now down to P11, P13, I should say. Stroll is past Bortoletto. So the gap between Piastri and Verstappen is already 2.2 seconds. Josh saying Leclerc going to have a chance on Hadjar here. I wonder if Leclerc gets past Hadjar, how much pace does that Ferrari have? Can Leclerc put some pressure on Lando even? I'm not sure. We'll see. Welcome, Hendrik. McGurkin, the fact Oscar is able to break DRS and harder compound could be indicative of the car performance difference, or Max could be saving tyres. I think it's car performance. It's a great point. On those hard tyres now, he is comfortably broken DRS. Comfortably. And Hadjar is now... Looks like he's... there's a little bit of a train where Lawson's on the end of it. Carlos Sainz. The Williams now in P9 and P10. Not bad from Williams at all. Yeah, Piastri checking out right now. Piastri absolutely checking out. So I don't see any way that McLaren can manipulate this to try and get Lando kind of undercutting or something. So I just wonder if that was a predictable start, that Oscar was going to squeeze out Lando. But I'll let you know exactly what happened. It was a decent start from Lando. Oscar had to aggressively chop across. That basically boxed in Lando, and it affected Lando's momentum, whereas Verstappen's momentum wasn't affected. Verstappen he had a lot to do. Oh, Verstappen, I think he went across some sand. Yes, he did. There was loads of sand, as we talked about, there was loads of sand on the circuit on the outside of turn 2. And that's where Verstappen almost lost it. Load of sand had blown onto the circuit. Crazy. He was offline. And it was a huge moment, I have to say. Great driving from Max there. Welcome, Hendrik, as well, to the community. Do make sure to subscribe, by the way, if you are enjoying this. I wonder if Max got a bit of a flat spot there. No, I don't think he did. Just dirty tyres. It's a great save. Welcome, Kitty from Hong Kong as well. Yeah, it was a big old send and a big save, sorry, from Max as well. But yeah, Alex Albon start. We need to see what happened there. Lance Stroll also, to be fair, did a great move on Bortoleto, even though Bortoleto didn't want to let it lie, and actually there has been some damage between the two of them, some carbon fibre breaking off. Colapinto, meanwhile, was trying to make a move on one of the Alpines. Oh, sorry, Colapinto on Gasly it would have been then. Colapinto on Gasly in turn 1. Colapinto outbrake Gasly. Was there contact? It's a rude move from Colapinto on Gasly, but Colapinto got it done. That's how Colapinto overtook Gasly. He basically had to run Gasly wide on the exit. And Michael saying Bortoleto stalled on the line. Yeah, aggressive move from Colapinto. I mean, if that had gone wrong, then both Alpines would have been out of the race. Now, Russell being told, we're expecting this rain to be light initially, but will last 70. Here's the shot, over the shoulder, zooming in. Drink, everyone. Everyone needs to drink now the shot's happened. Put a drink emoji in the chat. We're just predicting this whole race. Where are the drinks? Here we go. Drink emojis. Kitty's doing the homework while watching F1. Put your homework questions in the chat. Maybe people can help you. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Right. So, where are we right now? Chaya says rain is approximately 15 kilometers away from the track, not far. I think I put noodles in by mistake. I don't think that's a drink. I think I put noodles in. 4-second lead for Piastri, and Leclerc all over the back of Isaac Hadjar here. All over him. Did Bortoleto stall? I'm not sure he did. Oh. Again, it was a big move from Stroll. You've got to make those big moves at the beginning. It's high risk from Stroll, because imagine if that had gone wrong, then Stroll would have basically crashed in every session. Lando in DRS range, yeah. Great spot. Here we go then. Lando in DRS range of Max Verstappen. This is pretty big for the GP. Oh, McGurkin, that's a big drink in there. It's Chinese. We do have someone watching in Shanghai, don't we? Who's watching in a bar in Shanghai? Put it on the big screen in the bar, and everyone can help. Right, so let's see what happens here. Is it going to be a standard overtake from Norris on Verstappen, or is Verstappen going to defend it? I would say, by the way, there is a little bit of pride in racing drivers. I'm like this. If I know the other driver is a lot faster because they've got a faster kart, in my instance, I won't even defend it. Because I don't want to be overtaken. Like, oh, he overtook me. I just won't defend it because they got a faster kart. So there is a bit of pride there, and that may be what's happened because Lando Norris has overtaken Max Verstappen, DRS assisted, down the home straight. So it's as we were, basically, for the front 4. Yeah, overtake has happened. Who in parlays in Shanghai? What's parlays? So, what happened here? So, did Max defend? He did defend. He did defend. Oh, I tell you what, it's a fantastic move. It's a fantastic... Oh, my days. That just shows how faster the McLaren is than the Red Bull. Like, Lando Norris went round the outside without even breaking a sweat. That McLaren is a lot better than that Red Bull. And that makes me think Verstappen is doing some miraculous things in the Red Bull because that car is pants. Last Stroll in the pits for hard tyres, probably just as the rain's going to fall. So, is Lance going to try and go all the way to the end? Lahaya Hadjar is going to defend for his life. He either gives up no positions or 3 of them. Yep. Sergio Casino watching from Turkey together with Punjabi MC. Do they have any... tell them to drop a cheeky subscribe to the channel. Let's say everyone say hello. What's going on? What kind of party is that in Tokyo? What's going on in Tokyo? That sounds incredible. Autism's great weekend to watch F1 and saw the weekend. So it's becoming very much musical themed here. So Piastri is now... Big question here. Will Lando eat into Piastri? That's what we've got to keep a watch on. Now Lando's dealt with the Verstappen kind of issue. What happens if the race doesn't finish in 1 hour 48 minutes? I can't remember. There's a set time the race needs to finish in. So Tsunoda up in P11 as well. Colapinto up a few positions. Hulkenberg moving up as well. And Leclerc up. Well, Hamilton. Where's Hamilton on Russell? Yeah, surely if that Ferrari's better than the Mercedes, Hamilton needs to get past Russell here. Welcome Inaka as well. Yana Lando will be closing the gap soon. Let's see. Keep 1/4. Oh, I tell you what, 3/10 up from Lando. 3/10 faster Lando that lap than Oscar Piastri. Look at the Tsunoda train. So keep an eye on sector times. It looks like Lando now. If Lando is the faster driver, as I said before, now's the time to prove it. And Oscar being told that 1.5 tenths of that is high speed. So basically, Lando doing better in the high speed corners than Oscar. Lando again, fastest lap. Let's see what happens if we go over here. Galazzo's in Ibiza with the Venga boys. Did they have a like to give? Chat, we want to hit 200 likes. Smash that like button if you haven't hit it yet. Destroy the like button. You get a nice what's it called? Animation. Okay, Lando again with a 14.7. 2/10 quicker. Might not sound like a lot, but there's a lot of the race to go. So 2/10 is quite important. Hadjar probably having to defend there from Charles Leclerc as well. Antonelli catching on Tsunoda as well. Probably Tsunoda on those worn softs now. So now I'm thinking maybe Red Bull did not pay 4D chess because Verstappen is going to be losing time here. What's he lapping like? Yeah, a little bit slower than... well, he's lapping a second a lap slower than the McLarens. This is what I predicted. I think if the McLarens are really going to battle each other, we're going to see how much quicker they are than the rest of the field. And Piastri and Norris are lapping 2 seconds a lap quicker than Antonelli. 2 seconds a lap. Now that is a huge amount of time. 61 laps left, it says at the top. So when will Verstappen box, and will he have to commit to staying out despite the rain? Let's see. 15.2 for Piastri, whereas Lando does a 14.9, another 3/10. That gap is coming down. It's only 3.7 now, or 2.72 DRS being open. Hadjar and Leclerc are going to catch Max now. Yes, indeed. If Leclerc overtakes Hadjar, I think Leclerc is going to get into Verstappen as well. But just have a look at how fast Lando is compared to, say, you know, Alfonso, Antonelli, Gasly, Hulkenberg. Yes, they are in a train. It is basically dictated by Tsunoda's pace, actually. That big old Tsunoda train. Someone's a bit scared about Bortoletto. Bearman's scared about Bortoletto. Don't be scared, he can't hurt you. Professor saying rain should be coming soon. Welcome Lahire as well. Yeah, Leclerc not being able to get past Hadjar. Antonelli not being able to get past Tsunoda as well. You feel like Tsunoda's tyres are surely worn here. Moore says, let's go Hadjar. Yeah, do actually destroy that like button as well. And feel free to subscribe. We can actually get to 119,000 subscribers today. We could do it. So if you're not... Oh, track surface slippery. So track surface slippery has been identified. Now, is that rain or something else? Report of debris, yeah, gravel on exit of 12. So someone might have cut across 11 and 12, I suspect. Dark cloud says the rain radar showing it's just off the coast. What's the gap between... 3.2 seconds between Piastri and Lando. So it is close now. It looks like Lando has the pace at this point. It looks like Lando is the faster driver. And if Ab says Max is a beast, he will do it. And the rain if Dark Cloud is correct, is literally about to hit the circuit big time. Largar's YouTube says, please give us a shootout for us watching from Dubai. Hello to everyone watching in Dubai. Snowline says, yeah, we all know that the UK has the best drivers. Possible rain in 1 to 2 minutes. Keep an eye out, Fernando being told. And Lance Stroll saying rain due, and he's on the freshest tyres. So you can keep an eye on sector times here. I don't see any purple sectors being shown. Oh, there's debris. Lance Stroll just decided to drive over, I believe, his own debris. Kind of weirdly. So there's even more carbon fibre on the circuit now. 3.1 seconds between Oscar, Piastri and Lando. Don't go anywhere, because this race is really all about the McLarens, with Lando catching, which is the way that you want to see it if you want to keep the race exciting. And also the rain coming down soon. Hype Half Edit says, come on Lewis, Night Shadow, McLaren's going to win this. What if they take it out? Master Renderer says, completely normal for Stroll. Joseph, Lando is closing the gap to Oscar. Yes, indeed. And Verstappen is still lapping a second behind the McLarens. But to be honest, there's no one who's lapping like the McLarens. Verstappen is actually the next fastest driver on track. This shows... So here we go. As I predicted, take another drink. Piastri saying, I've got raindrops on my visor. Drink emojis in the chat, everyone. Julia's watching from the Philippines. And Professor saying the rain is coming down now. So what's this doing for the sector times? What are the sector times saying? Lahau is not even watching the McLaren. It's all about that midfield. The midfield does look filthy, to be fair. So what are sector times saying now? 3 seconds between Piastri and Lando. And if the rain was to come down heavy, it would be a repeat in reverse of Melbourne, wouldn't it? There we go, the drink's coming out. McGurkin, that looks like you got some kind of restraint issue there. Someone else driving over carbon fibre on the exit of 12, I believe. So watch out for punctures here. Oh my days, Lando went all over it as well. Watch out for punctures. I would not be surprised. Verstappen slowing down due to not wanting to change tyres. Bortoletto, unsafe condition. And Colapinto now being told to swap position. So I think that's already happened. Gasly has been unleashed from Colapinto. Welcome CDR Gaming. Helmy would be mad fun to see Hadjar on the podium. Could happen. So, is the rain coming down or not? Welcome Yolanda Vestige. Well, here's the person who's always on top of the weather for us. What is the weather saying, Yolanda Vestige? I'm looking at the grandstands. Ponchos are being deployed. Ponchos are appearing in the grandstands. And Chaya saying rain, chaos is coming. Let's put that in the marquee text. Zach Brown's got the handout. That's another meme. We need 2 bingo cards. Zach Brown's got the handout. He's doing the old Christian Horner. R.I.P. Christian Horner. Does anyone remember Christian Horner? He was this team principal in Formula 1. Anyone actually remember? Are you now ancient if you remember Christian Horner in F1? Yeah, ponchos being deployed. Wear your ponchos at home. For the ultimate immersive experience, just put an umbrella up at home now. I'm not even joking. Don't care what people might say. It's going to be the most immersive experience. In fact, I need a rain sound. I need to have a rain MP3. So what's going on now with that rain? 3 seconds still between Piastri and Lando. Rain is coming down, but Verstappen's just gone faster than he did previous lap, actually. Who doesn't remember Christian Horner? Yeah, we could just put the rain emojis in the chat just to make it more immersive also. Is it me or just it feels like Norris is kind of further behind, but I'm not sure. Ocon being told these very little drops will continue for 10 minutes. And Hulkenberg saying it's nothing, it's fully dry, it's just really spitting. Cloud, I would have the wet weather jacket on if it was the golf course. Dark Cloud, do you run a golf course? Are you saying that if you went golfing? Phil Law Horner will rise again. There are rumours that Christian Horner, it's like an unholy trinity. Christian Horner, Bernie Ecclestone, and Flavio Briatore could run Alpine. It's like a real, like, are we the baddies moment? Yeah. It's the baddie team. Yeah. Hopefully they're not going to communicate by WhatsApp. So Verstappen goes over the line. It's another 16.1. Very consistent from Verstappen. Maybe with the cold temps, because also the rain. What the rain will do is keep the temps cold. So maybe that will bring the track more in the window of the soft tyres, actually. Chaya, current rain is light and the big clouds will stay with some time. Helmut wasn't invited. Who would you add to that team if you wanted the baddie team? Who's a comical, like Dr. Evil? Dr. Evil, Christian Horner, Flavio Briatore and Bernie Ecclestone have submitted an offer to acquire Alpine. Who else would you add to that? Put it in the chat, everyone. 3.3 seconds, so Piastri extending the gap slightly to Lando. And you can see that Verstappen, Hadjar, Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton is becoming a little group. As Fernando Alonso comes into the pits, I would assume to go onto hard tyres. So I'm going to guess Alfonso is going onto hard tyres. Is that the case? Yes. And somehow, he's dropped behind Lance Stroll. Chat, can you explain to me how Fernando Alonso is behind Lance Stroll? That makes no sense to me. Is that how bad the traffic has been? Because surely we need to see other people undercutting out of that absolute midfield mess. And someone is. Sonoda's in, Colapinto's in, Hulkenberg's in. So a lot of people undercutting out of that. Bowen Walton says it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2. I don't think so, my friend. I don't think so. But that's going to cause a spate of pit stops that will kind of ripple up towards the front pack. Because now Antonelli might be forced to pit, so he doesn't get undercut. And then Albon will be forced to pit, so he doesn't get undercut by Antonelli, and then Sainz and Lawson. So you might see the spate of pit stops. And Sonoda comes in off the soft tyre and goes onto the hard. Has to delay a little bit because there's traffic. It's still a 3.2 second stop. Professor says, going to pursue Super. Sergio says, Alfonso, for God's sake, not Alonso. I don't fully understand. La, please tell me one team that can at least challenge the McLaren pace. Well, it's the other McLaren. Although Andrei Pavlivich says, is Max getting W? It's raining a lot. It's raining a lot in the pits. Andre Stella doing some kind of rain thing. I tell you what, the rain is not insignificant. It's not insignificant here. I wouldn't want to be on the curbs. Dark Cloud Alfonso hype in the wet. Yeah, but how's Alfonso ended up so far behind Stroll? Black Hole, come on, I've been listening for the past 3 weeks. Friends complain how much older we've got. And now I'm here, I find the same mood being spread. Am I the only one like I'm 17 despite what my ID says? Let me, well, what do we think, chat? Piastri and Norris, 3.5 seconds. Verstappen, 16.7. So the lap time's not being affected massively, I would say. Look at Alfonso with a 15 dead. Alfonso is fastest driver on the circuit right now. Alfonso, fastest driver on circuit, 15 dead. 15 dead. So, new rubber is where you want to be right now. I'm surprised we're not seeing more drivers pitting, I'm not sure. Pasindu Abe Wikrama 2008 says, Ferrari fan next year will be our year. Dark Cloud, wet weather, Alfonso. Yeah, wet weather maybe for him. That could explain it. A 15 dead and a 15.5. Alfonso still essentially faster. No, Tsunoda goes faster. Tsunoda goes faster, so the new tyres are... the undercut are going to be super powerful here. Who's in danger of being undercut? Pierre Gasly is just in a mess right now. He's going to be undercut. Maybe Antonelli as well. Do you think Hamilton will stay with Ferrari next season? I think they will have a performance clause in there, or they'll be able to break it if he's too far behind Leclerc. Chaya saying rain is increasing. No longer a light shower. Okay. Okay. Well, let's have Leclerc boxes as well. Leclerc boxes. So Charles Leclerc is going to try and undercut Isaac Hadjar. Hamilton definitely have to undercut these guys. It's hard to get close. I tell you what, I'm just so on the ball today. I'm just like, sign me up one of these teams. Put me on the pit wall. So Leclerc going to undercut Hadjar, and Hamilton says he needs to undercut Russell. Hamilton off! Hamilton off! Hamilton spun! Hamilton spun! Is he in the wall? Is he in the wall? Hamilton spun! Just after he said, what a race it is today. What a stream, everyone. Hamilton is off at turn 3. Did he hit the wall on the outside? Safety car is out. Put the safety car emojis in. Welcome, Sophia. Welcome, James. Safety car is out. Hamilton has binned it. And who asked the question, is Hamilton going to be with Ferrari next season? At this rate, it's debatable. Hamilton, the 8-time World Drivers' Championship champion, has binned it at turn 3. Safety car has been deployed and is picking up Bortoletto and Hulkenberg. So it's a big old tell. Yeah, Hamilton's out. Hamilton's out. Front suspension broken. Front suspension broken. He might have ridden the curb on the exit and understeered over the top of the camber into the barrier. That's from seeing where the car is and my experience of driving the circuit. That's what could have happened. But we will see. I will let you know. Safety car is out. Who benefits? Surely Piastri and Lando are going to box. Yeah. So Piastri, Lando, Verstappen, Antonelli, Hadjar. Sorry, Russell, Hadjar. They all get fresh tyres. So anyone who didn't box gets a free pit stop, essentially. Well, some people are getting free pit stops. Yeah, Dark Cloud, free pit stops for McLaren. Joseph's, yeah, they even double stacked it. David, you need to get your facts right. Lewis Hamilton's won Drive Championship 8 times. Track is super slippery right now. It's a bit of a shame that we're under safety car when the track is slippery, you know? But maybe, it feels weird saying maybe it caught Lewis Hamilton out. I mean, surely it shouldn't cut Lewis Hamilton out. Lahia said McLaren's Verstappen, Hadjar, Russell all going to benefit. Free pit stops. Yeah, Leclerc had just boxed. You say it's not good for Leclerc. He's only lost a place to Russell, right? It's not terrible for Leclerc. He's lost 1 place. And he's overtaken Russell already. I don't think it's terrible. He hasn't lost like 5 places. Has Ocon benefit? No, Ocon, what are you doing, bro? Bro, what happened with Lewis Hamilton? Tipped it in. Did he go? Ooh. He had a big moment in turn 3. He counter-steered and drove straight into the wall. Basically, the wall comes out a little bit on the exit of turn 3, which is quite interesting. I hadn't seen that before. And when he picked up his carbon fibre afterwards, his front wing, doing a little bit of tidying. Yeah, McLaren did do the double stop. Has anyone seen my video of me changing the tyre at McLaren? Oh, there was an issue for Lando at the end of the pit stop. He almost ran over the jack. It's a bit strange. Yeah, no, still long way redemption for Hamilton. Chaya, most teams switch to non... You say most teams, all teams are on non-rain tyres, right? Is that the turn Ricciardo break his hand? Yeah, I think so, isn't it? Was that or was that 10? I can't remember. What tyres are you using now? Everyone's on the hard tyre apart from Verstappen. Verstappen's gone on mediums. Yeah, Lando drove over the front jackman a little bit. but the front jackman apparently is okay. It doesn't matter if he's okay or not. You tell Lando he's okay. And then afterwards you're like, Lando, good job getting P1, by the way, unfortunately, due to injury sustained. You don't tell Lando now that he's not okay. There's no psychological benefit there, I would say. Unless Lando's like, I've got to avenge running over the jackman. I have to win this race. Are we going to get Oscar team orders for Brit win in Max's home? I'm not sure. Bored forever. Why is on God's green earth Verstappen on the mediums? Well, I don't know. I mean, if it's going to be it's 48 laps to go. 48 laps to go, everyone. It's a little bit of a rerun of the start because Verstappen is going to be on a softer tyre. Hadjar will finish P3. Yeah, Hadjar's still doing really good in P4. Hadjar's done well to stay out there and did benefit from the safety car. Rain over now. I'm hearing that the rain is over. So I'd imagine the safety car is going to come in soon. Still a bit of a string of cars. It's not really compact. Over 1,000 people watching. Welcome, everyone. If you are enjoying the stream, hit the like button. Let's get us up to 300 likes. We can do that. You keep moving that bar across. And subscribe as well. Hit this one here. Because we want to get to... We can get to 119,000 subscribers today. We can do it. So make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed already. I know so many of you are. But if you're not, you want to be. Why is Ocon on Behrman on old hards? They didn't box. They bizarrely didn't box, right? Unless that's all they've got left. All you've got left is this battered set. So now we're all bunched up. Maybe safety car will come in this lap. Dark Cloud saying the radar is showing more rain coming in. So potentially more rain. By the way, you know, I was saying earlier, there could be rain. There could be rain you don't see on the radar. It's this part of the world. I've been here. It rains like that. But before we were told there might be rain 1 hour 30 in. Which is in... I can't do the maths. 50 minutes time? 40 minutes time? Ida says weird Haas strategy. Yes, indeed. Typical Haas. But if it rains, Verstappen's strat is going to be great. If he doesn't, it's a horrible strategy. Let's see how Lando ran over the jackman. Oh, it's comical. It's comical. Nando actually pushed the jackman into a stack of front wings. And then the jackman sort of fell over on the front wings. Let's hope he's okay. It looked like it could be pretty bad for the knee. Thanks, Brywood. Yeah, let's hit the like button. Professor's on board with Verstappen. Okay, you report in what you're seeing for Verstappen. A safety car does come in. So we are underway. And they do say safety cars breed safety cars. Has anyone done some silly sense in P3? Liam Lawson. What's happening with Sainz? Sainz has got an issue. Sainz has got an issue. Maybe there's been some damage with Carlos Sainz there and Lawson as well. So Carlos Sainz and Liam Lawson have had some kind of issue there. What's happened? I'll let you know. I tell you what, it was a very messy restart. Cars were going side by side over the start-finish line. It was that messy. So what's happened with Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz? As they went into turn 3, oh, I think Lawson had some kind of issue. It's almost like Lawson and Sainz had an issue before and were just driving slowly. I can't even see any damage. It almost looks like they got some kind of power. They both got a power unit issue. But not good for Sainz and Lawson. Are they even going to make it back to the pits? You can see they're going 156 kilometers an hour. So much slower. Let's hope they make it back so there is another safety car here. I don't think we need one. But I'm not sure what happened with Lawson and Sainz. It looked like they were slow coming into turn 3. So unless there was some kind of concertina going into turn 1, because it was a very congested restart. Like, it reminded me of... was it Portimao? Was it Portimao? No, we've never been to Portimao. What am I talking about? Are we in towards Mel? Where's that one with Bottas completely messed up the start? It's the Italian circuit, isn't it? I can't remember what it's called. Max testing the paint on P3. Welcome Mohammed Junaid. Joseph, everyone on hards but Max on mediums. He's going to gamble again. Okay, both punctures. Wow, there's so much sand on the circuit now. There's a crazy amount of sand on the circuit. Love it. This would be great. I want to drive the circuit in real life. It's like a great circuit to drive. So Lawson boxes. Oh, Lawson's going to come out just on the same lap, but he's about to be lapped here. So if there was a safety car right now, Lawson could join the back of the queue. It doesn't matter because you get unlapped anyway in Formula 1. It's not like NASCAR with their lucky dogs. No lucky dogs in this part of the world. Russell all over Hadjar. Yeah, and Verstappen. What's Verstappen doing? 15.2. Look at Piastri. Oh my days. 13.9. Piastri again, switching it on from the start. A lot better than Lando. There was a front wing change for Carlos Sainz as well. So Carlos Sainz is now a lap behind Alex Albon. He's in the mess of that midfield. It's all congested. So what happened? So Lawson went defensive. Sainz turned in, tried to go around the outside. Oh, it was front right of Sainz to left rear of Lawson. It was just clumsy. I think maybe it was half a dozen the one, half a dozen the other. Lawson could have left more space, but maybe Carlos Sainz should have backed out. In the end, neither of them won. Sainz said he's so stupid. Oh my god, this guy is always the same guy. But I think Sainz could have done some self-preservation there as well. Black cares if the summer break did them wrong. Josh, Lawson does well when there's no overtakes. When he overtakes, he hits someone. Yeah, Lawson lost his whole front rear left, actually. The whole thing came off. PD Zandvoort, really fun on a sim. Yes, indeed. So, underway again from the safety car. Another bit of a shake-up. Antonelli's moved up a little bit to P8. And he's all over Albon. So this could be pretty decent for Antonelli. Charles Leclerc, the sole remaining Ferrari. And Hadjar again. Hadjar, I think, was the fastest driver on circuit last lap. I'll say that again. Hadjar, fastest driver on circuit. Shahad saying Hadjar doing good this race. Professor Hadjar catching Verstappen. I think Hadjar is the most highly rated rookie. In even more than rookie. I rate Hadjar over Albon right now. I think Hadjar is the most underrated driver in Formula 1. What do we think? Do we agree or not agree? Idar says Hadjar cooking. Cooking what is the question? He's all over Verstappen. I tell you what, this is big. This is big. Hadjar in the RB MasterCard trying to catch Verstappen in what is allegedly the main team. Josh, besides Australia, Hadjar's been incredible. I thought he was treated very poorly for Australia, when basically all the rookies crashed out in the end anyway. Ruud van Loon agrees. Professor, he sounds like Prost. Russell saying moving under braking. That will be... I don't know if he's observing Verstappen defending against Hadjar, if he's talking about Hadjar himself. Let's see. Let's see if Leclerc can get past Russell again. Jolanda, Hadjar having a good weekend. One to go. Look at DRS change to get to the McLaren. VSC. Might be debris. Might be debris. There's quite a bit of debris from that Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz crash on the home straight, and you do have grandstands there, and when drivers drive around the debris, it creates a kind of like vacuum, and it can fling it up in the air, and if that goes in the grandstand, you're going to have injuries. So I'm never too comfortable about seeing loads of carbon fibre on the home straight. I was there at Formula E London this year and there was some carbon fibre. I was like, ugh. Ugh. Abby wants to see Hadjar on the podium. Well, fingers crossed, Abby, for you. So going to VSC it, which makes sense. Has Verstappen got past Lando? which makes sense because the field's kind of bunched up anyway. So with Hulkenberg going through, now a marshal can run out into the straight and safely recover that debris on the home straight. So I think a very sensible use of the VAC, unlike the use of VAR at the moment, probably. Lando, we would try and go to the end on this. Our decision would be if to add a stop, but the goal should be to get to the end. So the McLarens want to get to the end. Chaya, compared to Norris, Verstappen loses about 3 tenths per lap. Yeah, front wing on track, and here comes one of the marshals, sprints on the circuit, left hand down, picks it up, sprints off, jump. Oh! Ooh! Didn't exactly vault the barrier there, but fair play. Fair play. Good work, that steward. Jim Marie saying the McLaren pace is so good. The McLaren pace is very good indeed. VSC has ended, and Charles Leclerc has got past George Russell. Maybe he caught George Russell napping a bit there. Did he catch Russell napping? Leclerc and Russell bumping. Oh, Russell. Oh, my word. That was a big overtake. That was a big overtake from Russell. From Charles Leclerc, heavily defended by Russell. That's a strong move, that is. I think that was in 12. Dove up the inside in 11. Strong move in 12. It's a good battle between them. Russell wasn't going to give that one up easy, actually. Fair play. Yeah, it was an aggressive move. Good driving there between them. That's what we want to see. A Ferrari and a Mercedes actually going at it. 10-second penalty for Sainz. Well, after Carlos Sainz absolutely abused Lawson on the radio, it's a bit embarrassing, isn't it? The stewards have decisively found in his fault, and I did say he could have used a bit more self-preservation. What do we think about that penalty, to be fair? Isn't that embarrassing for Sainz that you're like, this guy's an idiot? You just call someone an idiot when you've been given a 10-second penalty. It's not great. So, anyway, I'm sure Carlos Sainz will have another view on that, and I'm sure Liam Lawson will be laughing a bit. Leclerc and Russell was a fantastic battle. Oh, around the outside. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, into 11. It's almost an off-track over. That's a very aggressive overtake. Leclerc saying he doesn't leave the space, he cannot complain. Leclerc almost just destroyed both of them. That was a absolutely ridiculous overtake. That was a ridiculous overtake. If I'm George Russell, I'm absolutely fuming. I'm absolutely fuming at that. Russell, I mean, he was fully off the track, surely. I mean, I did an overtake like that on the last lap of my karting race last weekend. He's fully off the track. He's fully off the track. He's just cut the hairpin. That's exactly what I did. We'll cut the corner. Like, I'm just going to screw the... I'm going to go on the inside of the apex. I think that might be a penalty for Leclerc, to be honest. Read it, Mr. FIA flexing his ego. Josh, maybe the rules say Sainz in the wrong, but the way I see it, Lawson drove across him and popped both their tyres. I think you have to bear in mind that it's a right-handed corner. Lawson's eyes, at some extent, have to be looking more to the right. You at some point, you gotta drive. You can't be looking there as you're going to the right-hander. That's even more dangerous. So Chai saying yellow flag. Want to go half a second for Max in every straight. Are you observing that? Verstappen, only 2 seconds off Lando, though, at the moment, I have to say. It's not a million miles off, although he is on the mediums. Double yellow down in turn 13 at the moment. Double yellow in turn 13. Will we see another VSC? Will they pop a VSC here? I just says, what is Haas doing? Well, Haas are doing a one-stop here. So Haas are going to try and go long enough that they can go on the mediums till the end. But it seems a bit of a stupid strategy because they could have just got a free stop. They could have got a free stop in the pit in the safety car, basically, I imagine. They got track position here, but surely they're going to be holding everyone up. Yes, they are. Look at the Ocon train. Big old Ocon train here. So if you're behind, if you're ahead of the Hasses, you're loving it. Lance Stroll up in P9. How is Lance Stroll so far ahead of Fernando Alonso? Can someone literally explain that to me? Can someone explain it to me? Shahad, Max getting really close to overtaking Norris. I don't think so, mate. I don't know where you're getting that from. Are we watching the same race here? He's not even catching Lando. Tristan J.O. Laciente says, what's had to Hamilton? You binned it. Norris, with the field spread, it's unlikely there'll be opportunities. Our best bet is to just go get him. And the Leclerc-Russell incident is under investigation. Oh, he's not pitted yet. Oh, okay, he's not pitted. No, he has. He pitted. No. Whoa. That's fake news. He has pitted. He pitted right at the beginning of the race. Lance Stroll has pitted. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. And his engineer even said we're on the freshest tyres if it rains. So much debris on the circuit. Insane. Oh my days. Yeah, debris everywhere. Carbon fibre all over the shop. There were marshals on the circuit trying to pick it up. To me, like being a marshal in that situation, running on a circuit and picking stuff up, I feel like it would be a bad dream where your legs don't work anymore. Like the amount of just pressure. I'm not talking about normal pressure and like, it's not even really pressure. It's the amount of like uncertainty and like. You should be able to do it in a composed way and almost just like jog over, pick something up and jog back. But you're kind of like, it's like anyone who's graduated when you walk on your graduation, you're like, okay, I know how to walk. Nick Debris, has my interview with Nick Debris? My interview with Nick Debris is live on the Motorsport channel. Hadjar getting very close to Max. Yes, indeed. I think that is one to watch. Hadjar on Max. Though Verstappen is still extending the lead. Are we all kind of supporting Hadjar a little bit? Are we all Hadjar fans today? Is that fair to say? V-Net, this is the thing with carbon fibre, it shreds like Weetabix. Carbon fibre is actually just rebranded Weetabix. It's just a brand name thing. It's like a Nurofen to ibuprofen. Hadjar within DRS. Almost. Lahaya says we all support Hadjar. Professor Hadjar is the most memeable. Alfonso on the radio. How's the balance on the tyre? I don't know. You put me always in traffic. I don't know. Michael, Hadjar is a brat. Feel or Hadjar could be out of a job if he overtakes Max. Let's see. Rude Hadjar to Red Bull. We will see. So what's going on here at this point in the race? So I'm surprised that... Oh, Lando took 4/10 out of Piastri there. Lando took 4/10 out. That's a big one. That's a big one. It's spread over all the sectors. So I think Lando is turning the screw now. Lord Latifi, welcome. And keep an eye on the Hadjar and Verstappen battle. But also Leclerc as well. Alfonso, let's undercut these people. I don't know, do something. Yeah, Fernando, don't worry, we're discussing. I think just overtake them, Fernando. Eagle Cot, welcome again. Good to see you. Landed number one, but nice to see Hadjar going. FIA watching the recap of Russell and Leclerc. Possible consequences. Lance Stroll is doing an absolutely banger strategy here, right? Is it a banger strategy? I'm not sure. Oh, Sonoda. Why is Sonoda racing a Haas? What's going on here? Oh, Sonoda on Behrman. Sonoda on Behrman. So weird seeing the Red Bulls so far apart. So for some reason, Sonoda just can't overtake Oliver Behrman, which I don't fully understand. It ain't happening. Professor track is so twisty. On board with Lando, 1.2 seconds. Looks like 2 seconds at least. Yeah, it's 1.3. Lando is turning the screw here. We're about to see, I think, Lando put the pressure on Oscar. And given the circuit, I wonder if McLaren will say to Oscar, Lando is faster than you. Either McLaren have got to say, Lando's faster than you, let him through, because otherwise there may be a crash. Or they got to say to Lando, you got to maintain the gap. Because there's no major threat behind, I would say. What do we think about that? What do we think? Josh Adams, Behrman tyres twice the age and still holding back Yuki. Yuki's on the... Yeah, he's on the hards as well. Professor, there's no way they have papaya rules today. We'll see. Max Verstappen, both. Bruh. McLaren hard is fast and Red Bull medium. Yes, indeed. Lando, 14.1 for Oscar and another 14 dead for Lando. Lando again, closing up. I think McLaren have got to do something here. Dilru, Max's strategies seem to be so messed up. But we'll see. He'll be able to go to hards earlier. Where will he come out ahead of Stroll, maybe? Maybe he'll come out ahead of Stroll. And therefore he'll have some fresh air. Sophia's hoping for P1 for Oscar. Professor let them fight. Michael didn't let Piastri pass in Budapest. Alexander Van Blam. Is this track in ACC? I forgot this track's in ACC. 1.1 seconds now, everyone. 1.1 seconds. It's all about the battle for the lead right now. All about that battle for the lead. What's going to happen here in DRS? Unless, if you're McLaren, you could play it cute and you could say, if the driver behind has DRS, you have to let them past. And that would basically cause, I think that would cause a mockery of the sport. But let's see if they do it. Antonelli overtakes Russell. Yes, he does. Antonelli overtakes Russell. How's that happen? Does Russell have damage or something? Has Russell got damage? What's Russell's speed? 275, 28. What's he getting on the straight? No, he's getting there on the straight. Oh, interesting. Welcome Anna Zamvagirova as well. Good to see you. So, day one track. Team ordered the Kimi overtake. Wow, Kimi moving up. Okay, so Lando, again, a 10th faster than Piastri last lap. What's going to happen here, chat? I want your predictions in the chat. What are McLaren going to do? Is there a penalty? I don't think there's a penalty for Russell. There's a penalty for Sainz. Antonelli was a long way behind. Yeah, George Russell really slowed down to let Antonelli through. Like, George Russell almost looks like he's given up a little bit. He's already 1.7 seconds behind. Oh, Michael! Thank you so much for the $8. Chat, please can we get our claps out for Michael there for the $8 donation. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Chat, I want to see loads of claps in the chat, please. Saying thanks to Michael for very generously donating the $8 Australian supporting Oscar. Maybe look at the claps coming out. Welcome Alexander as well. Thank you so much for the little hippo as well. A little bonus hippo. I wasn't expecting it. Team orders due to damage. Okay, it must be damage. Love to see it, chat. Look at all that support. Thanks a lot, Michael. Again, so much support in these streams. Yeah, smash that like button as well. We're really aiming to get 500. Investigation after the race. And Professor saying Hamilton slipped on the Aramco paint in turn 3, which is a bit wet, into the wall and retired. Well, don't go on the paint then. Welcome Evgeny. Go Mercedes as well. Leclerc and Russell, fast lap Norris. It was a hungry hippo. Well, thank you very much, Michael. Very much appreciate it. Good to see all the support in the chat as well. Lando's backed off a little bit, by the way. Lando's backed off. Is that some kind of papaya ruling from the Papaya Supreme Court? Where the casting vote was done by the chief papaya? Who knows? Alfonso fastest lap. Alfonso going for some mad undercut here. So they did box Alonso in the end. He's going hards to the end. 29 laps on the hards. Definitely doable. Ocon's done about 3 billion laps on them. So what's happened with George Russell? What's that damage looking like? I'll tell you, George Russell is going to do the most snarky interview about Charles Leclerc, I reckon. He's wearing that floor down as well, looks like. Welcome FGD, David, Frederick and Hasty. Yeah, chat, come on, if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. We want to get to 119,000. Professor saying Piastri's a machine, but it's 1.2 at the moment. Remember, if Lando can get in... There's no point Lando being in dirty air, per se. So if Lando can get in the DRS, that might make sense. Nevan saying Ocon and Behrman still haven't pitted. Yeah. What I would do, if I was Haas, I'd pit one of them and I'd keep the other one out, because one of your drivers is going to hold up the rest of the pack. So you may as well keep Behrman out there, pit Ocon, undercut everyone, and get a bit more of a gap. Lahaya, Haas pit, I'm begging you. Kumar, Max doesn't have enough grit. Welcome Fizzquat as well. Still 28 laps to go in this race. 1.2 seconds is the gap at the front. And George Russell is in big trouble here. How's he lapping? Ugh, it's not good. It's not good. George Russell will be just trying to get a point, I think. 1.1 seconds between Piastri and Norris. Kevin, by the way, this rookie Hadjar is doing great today. If he continues delivering, I would say Tsunoda doesn't deserve the seat. Yeah. Sophia, Verstappen needs to close the gap. And Mole saying, all my F1 prayer goes to Hadjar right now. I'll tell you what, let's do another nations check. Chat, let us know where in the world you're watching from. I know you're just going to start putting it in now, even before I put the thing in. Put your flag, put your country where you're watching from. Let's see where the F1 fans are up today. Chai from Netherlands. Straight in there. Who's going to be next? Come on, chat, let us know. Kumar, India. Lahaya, Netherlands. Martin, Netherlands. Rude, Netherlands. Givensky, Singapore. Digfay, New Zealand. Mike, USA. Good to see you, Mike. Alexander, Oxford, UK. Ellie Louise from Dominican on vacation. Very nice. Maybe in Punta something. Eagle Cot, Sweden. Yolanda, Netherlands. FG, China. Bowen, Bahrain. Kevin Davidson from the UK. Under a second now. Under a second is a gap between Piastri and Lando. Nevon is a pirate. Teddy, USA. Sphere, Australia. Josh, Sydney. Cliprot, Netherlands. Josh, UK. Sandrine, Canada. Serbia. Honduras. Honduras in the house today. Master Renderer, Netherlands. Henrik, Egypt. Ethelred, Australia. Ada, Kazakhstan. Shannon from USA. Look how global we are. Malaysian Independence Day. Let's keep an eye. Oh, the gap's gone up again. The gap's gone up again to 1.2. So Lando won't have DRS down the home straight. London, North Korea, lots of India, Dubai. You can only vote once. Oh, the mods are gonna. If the mods are gonna get you. Robin from New Zealand, Jimmy from Philippines, Jamal from Lebanon. So we got people from all the countries. Stephen from London as well. So I just wonder if Lando is better in a few sectors than Oscar. And what's going to happen here with 26 laps to go? Size X from London, Livy from South Africa. Professor saying, I think Lando is just holding back because of the dirty air. And Gautam saying, Alfonso going to win. Well, 14.5s at the moment. He's no longer the fastest driver on circuit. I'm not convinced that strategy. Sainz, we do get a penalty. 10-second will save a pit stop. Who gets the penalty? Me. That's my impression of Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz, you get. Are you joking? You're joking. I mean, it's the most ridiculous thing I've heard in my life. Well, take it up with the stewards, frankly. Serve the penalty. Sophia, if Hadjar can keep up Max, he deserves UKC. Graham Scott is tuning in from Malaysia. And V-Nex saying Lando is faster in the slower turns. 1.4 seconds now is the gap between Lando and Oscar Piastri. Antonelli. Do we think Antonelli's going to catch Leclerc? He may do at this rate. Exactly. Can Antonelli overtake Leclerc? Possibly. Tadugori's been watching here since Singapore 2023. Very nice, Tadu Chiari. Do you like this layout? Or do you prefer the old school layout? Let us know. Genius Quid Bro, please shout out. My name is Atib. There we go. All done. All done. All wrapped up in one. So Lando, 1.3 seconds now between Piastri and Lando. 1.5 now. Almost. I wonder what would happen if Oscar's just toying with Lando. You see people do this in athletic endurance track running. Well, they'll just toy with people and then they'll just kick on. The other person's just broken. Addy from Brunei. Lord Latifi, driver of the day. Hajar for me. Hajar for me right now. Ollie Behrman still hasn't pitted yet. Maybe Haas have just forgotten to pit. Lahaya, Horner's long overdue firing was just a start. If things keep going like this, they will lose Verstappen, and from that point Red Bull will start being the midfield team they deserve to be. Harsh. Yolanda saying Hajar should say no if Red Bull ask him to step into the second car. Welcome Gordon from Uganda as well. 1.3 now is that gap. I think we all want to see them have a go. We all want to see them have a go, right? Let's see what happens. Norris, Piastri, 1.4 seconds is the gap. Verstappen still on the mediums. Will presumably need to pit a little bit earlier, but bear in mind that the McLarens are going to go to the end here. The McLarens want to go to the end. And I wonder, are those tyres going to be good? Well, 24 laps to go. Behrman and Ocon are going to the end. So, welcome Leah from Philippines. 1.6 seconds now. I wonder, what's the gap? So, if the McLarens are further ahead, maybe Lando would be like, you know what? I want to gamble. Put me on fresh mediums or something. Kevin Davison, not going to lie, I want Norris to win. I want a close title fight. Professor saying Verstappen is definitely pitting, so Hadjar potentially... Yeah, good point, actually. Good point that Verstappen hasn't used the hard tyre yet in this race. Graham, psychological hand blow for Piastri if he wins after Norris dominated practice. If Max pits, will he lose the podium? Yes. At least temporarily. So, I think, is the investigation over? Or we're going to be investigated after the race, is it? Between George Russell and Charles Leclerc. As Alfonso trying to get past Hülkenberg, can't do it. Just pretty embarrassing if you can't quite get it. It's new graphics they've got. Quite cool, to be honest. Big fan of those. Yolanda, I want Hadjar to get a third place on the podium today. And I think he will. Yeah, what's George Russell up to? What's Russell lapping? Russell's lapping 15.5. Anthony 15.1. Still, Russell lapping faster than everyone behind him. And Carlos Sainz is 18th, but he's still he's got the same pace as Alex Albon. So Liam Lawson and Carlos Sainz. Look at this massive gap. There's a massive gap between Alex Albon and Lance Stroll, isn't there? There's a huge gap. 16-second gap between Albon and Stroll. What's happened there? Welcome Alex, Mehdi, AD and Sartak as well. Hadjar to Ferrari. To be fair, Hadjar to replace Hamilton would be pretty interesting. Michael, that drone shot over the marquee. Number one fan for Michael. Very nice. Yeah, I've seen some of the nice drone shots. And Fernando Alonso does get it done on Hülkenberg. So Alfonso gets the move done. Very nice. Good job. He's on the move. Imagine Lance as driver of the day for most overtakes. Well, when's he going to box? What happens when Stroll, Ocon and Behrman box? What happens there? Look at the insane Ocon train. Like, I've never seen a train like it. The pace on it is, since since Alfonso in Monaco like 2 years ago. Antonelli boxes. Antonelli boxes. Antonelli boxes. Oh. So Kimi's not going to go to the end. I guess he's got nothing to lose because he's going to overtake Albon on these fresh tyres and the rest of the field's so far behind. Maybe if you're Albon, you also did the same thing. I'm not sure. Maybe Albon's really chasing after Russell. Lahire, blaming Tsunoda for his performance shows that you haven't learned anything since Albon at Red Bull. And Tsunoda's been dealt the worst hand with a car that even Max can barely drive. Ante with a 2.5 second stop. It was. Michael, fancy overtake from Alfonso. Yeah, it was. Big. Oh, on Bortoletto. So moving up now, is he going to get Colapinto and Gasly as well? So in the end, he didn't actually undercut anyone. He's just going to end up where he was, right? He's net neutral on this one, I think. Josh Snowden might get a point or two if he goes to the end. And Leclerc boxing now as well. Leclerc in the box. Interesting. So are we going to see one in the McLaren's box? How interesting would it be if Lando boxes right now? If Lando were to box. Soft tyres. Soft tyres for Leclerc. Soft tyres. 20 laps to go. Soft tyres. Ooh. Could Verstappen go softs to the end? Yeah, Leclerc's off. Leclerc's off. Yeah, so safety car, Leclerc's off. The second Ferrari's off as well. It's a disaster for Ferrari. Leclerc bolts on the soft tyres. He's binned it at the same place as Hamilton. Chat. Oh my days. What's happening here? Safety car. Charles Leclerc on the soft tyre has binned it. What did he do? Came out of the pits. Were all the tyres on the car? Tipped it into two. Oh! Contact! Contact! Big crash! It was a big crash with a Mercedes. It was either Antonelli or Russell. Was it OBR? Oh, he tried to get it moving again, but there's only one wheel left on the thing. It was Antonelli. So Charles Leclerc and the Mercedes today, big crash. So Charles Leclerc took the normal line in three, kind of the higher line. Antonelli, this is big, so everyone's going to box now. So Piastri's, yes, everyone's boxing. So Verstappen, great news from Verstappen, he's on softs. And the McLarens have gone on to hards and Verstappen's gone on the softs. Maybe the McLarens didn't have any softs available. But Verstappen's got a lightly scrubbed set and so does Hadjar. That has to be a penalty for Antonelli. It was just ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. Ferrari double DNF, same as in China. So just terrible from Ferrari. Max Verstappen now is on. It's the opposite of Barcelona. It's going to be like a 17 lap sprint or something. It's not going to be easy to recover this car. They're not going to be able to roll it because in the end it was quite a big crash. Most of the wheels aren't working. Yeah, they double stacked it again at McLaren. It's great for Albon. Fantastic for Albon and surely great for Stroll. Yeah, decent for Stroll as well. Decent for Stroll. And fantastic news for Behrman. It's fantastic news for Behrman, who hadn't boxed since the Stone Ages. So Ante was following Leclerc. Oh, it's a karting move. Oh, it's a karting move. No. No. I get a black flag for that if I did that in karting. It is a karting move. It's a move you can't do in open wheel racing. Leclerc, I think that was unnecessary. I mean, we can never know what happened, but the tyres felt good. The tyres felt good. Anyway, I'm getting out. Very, very restrained from Leclerc there. Although, to be fair, he did also do like a absolutely ballistic move earlier on. Yeah. Yeah, Behrman finally boxing. It's the end of days. Kevin, Verstappen got a hold on now. I feel bad for Hajar, bro. Yeah, Hajar might have had Verstappen a little bit. Antonelli lost his front right as well amongst all of that. But somehow still stayed out in P7. Crazy. Behrman up 9 positions. Behrman was just at the karting track I was at. Wow. Okay. Antonelli got back to the pits and 3 wheels on the wagon. Yeah, he did. Safety car deployed. I don't think it's going to be a particularly quick recovery of that car, given where it is and the state of the car. And just a bit of a silly move from Antonelli. Bit of a silly move. It has to be a 10-second penalty for sure. How long is a usual safety car? As long as it takes. As long as it takes. Yeah, turn 3 in incident being investigated. Can anyone explain to me why Pierre Gasly did not pit there? And also, did it turn out to be good news for Alfonso? Because if Alfonso goes to the end, somehow it's good news even though he'd boxed. So Alfonso's benefited there. I think Albon's greatly benefited. Behrman's benefited because Behrman will have Bortoletto. Behrman's going to have Bortoletto and Gasly. Alfonso's going to have Gasly. Alfonso's going to end up finishing as high as he basically could have finished. Lawson and Sainz will end up, they will be able to unlap themselves, presumably. Do you think they'll be able to unlap themselves? La highest, surely Tsunoda on softs can get past Stroll. Yeah, keep an eye on Tsunoda. What did Antonelli do? He just did some mad like karting send on Leclerc, and then it just pinched on the exit, and basically Leclerc did the 360 into the barrier, front, not even front wing, like all of the front came off. The rear 2 wheels came off. It was just like a bit silly. Bit of a silly one. It's like he tried to do like kind of block. If you're gonna do a move like that, there'll be a great drone shot to look at after, and the drone operator's trying to like find the car again. Lawson double yellow. Yeah, Lawson saying he couldn't see the Ferrari at all because the banking's so aggressive. Lawson was behind. He said to the engineer, "You saved me there, man," because he couldn't see the double yellow. It should flash on the wheel though. Jinx, man, this is the first match I'm watching as a fan. What's up, Fro? Little tip: it's races, not matches. But welcome along. Welcome to F1, Jinx. Let us know why you decided to follow Formula 1. And who are you deciding to follow? Who are you going to be supporting? Yolanda, 10-second penalty for Antonelli. Has that been given already? Yeah. Like clear as day, that one. Clear as day. CJ, Charles and Lewis making a statement. I'm not quite sure what kind of statement that is. I can't interpret that statement. Max Verstappen, McLaren double stacks while Ferrari double DNFs. Yeah, what about that rain? That rain? 10 minutes now that rain was forecast to come. Does anyone know? We've got Yolanda Vestigue in the house. Will a safety car be helpful to Lando? I mean, it bunches it for a bit. Yeah, lap cars unlapping themselves. So lap cars unlapping themselves, everyone. And we're gonna have a 16-lap sprint to the end, and we'll see what Verstappen can do. And rain could be very interesting. By the way, if you are enjoying the stream, make sure hit that like button. We want to get up to 500 likes. We want to get 99 more subscribers, and then we'll get to 119. And if you've done all that, you want to become a member. I don't normally advertise it, but I should. 99p, you can become a member. You can use all of the custom emojis. Welcome, Antonia. Welcome, Tiptronic. So you can do combinations like this. What do you make of that combination? Can Behrman finish P10 or better. Yeah, I think Behrman could overtake Bortoleto and Gasly. Am I still using simulator pedals? I am still using them. I've only done one video, but I'm probably going to swap them soon. I'm probably going to put the hydraulic pedals on. Yeah, they've been absolutely fine, to be honest. Yolanda confirming no rain on the forecast for a while. No rain on the forecast for a while. Safety car ending. Keep an eye on Verstappen. Keep an eye on Verstappen. Nicole saying, can Hajar P3? Yeah, he definitely can. So Verstappen, remember, it's on the softs. It's going to be softs for... Oh, he's close, isn't he? Surely he's close. Surely he's close. And again, Piastri with a good restart, it seems. Verstappen might be all over Lando here. Yolanda, just angry looking clouds. Like and subscribe, yes indeed.
Keep trying.
Will Verstappen be within DRS? So Norris isn't within DRS of Piastri. Verstappen should be. Why are the McLarens on hards? Maybe they didn't have softs available. Maybe they didn't have any softs to go on to. We will see. So Verstappen is currently just within DRS of Lando Norris. What does that Red Bull have down the straight? That Honda engine. Let's see. Not sure there's going to be enough here. I think it's going to be between Piastri and Lando. Yes, Sainz and Lawson having their own battle here. So let's presume Verstappen can't get into Lando Norris. Is Lando going to be able to get into Piastri? And what about Hajar on Verstappen? Hajar on Verstappen. If Hajar wants to get a podium, this is his best chance to date. And it could be his best chance for a while, because if he ends up getting promoted to Red Bull, podiums might be off the menu for a while. Is DRS active? It wasn't active on that lap, actually. It was not active on that lap. It is now. And now Lando's catching Oscar. Maybe Oscar made a mistake somewhere, because Lando's catching Oscar, and Lando's got DRS in the infield straight here. So Lando activating DRS. There you go. And he is fast. He's 3/10 faster almost in the middle sector. Oh, but he might just be outside. It's like Lando pressing DRS already through the banking. DRS down the straight, and you can see Lando significantly faster, 20 kph faster down the straight, and that gets him within half a second of Oscar Piastri. So maybe Lando Norris is really going to go for this. Meanwhile, even though we were under safety car, it's all bunched out already. We've got Russell, Albon, Antonelli. Remember, Russell's got a damaged car, so presumably we'll see Albon and Antonelli go through there. Then Gasly is just a dead man walking, so Alfonso will be going for Gasly pretty soon as well. Sonoda with a rude move on Bortoleto, who's dropping like a stone. Don't fully understand their strategy. Yolanda saying little rain coming up. Sophia, I'm pretty sure majority of McLaren softs are using FP. Maybe they really wanted to dial in on qualifying. And Yolanda saying in about 10 minutes rain could be coming. In about 10 minutes, that would be the last couple of laps of the race. Leclerc's just sat on a sand dune by his car, watching the race. That's what I'd do, to be honest.
Keep your head down.
Lando is close now, going to be interesting. Well, 1.3 seconds. So Piastri turning the screw this lap. Piastri with the fastest lap of the race, 1 minute 12.2. Norris 7/10 slower, didn't have DRS that time around. Verstappen's in the mix as well. What a great result it'd be for Verstappen to be on the podium, though. Nevan saying amazing lap by Oscar. Yes, indeed. Amazing lap by Oscar. 1 minute 12.2. And again, the first sector, Oscar faster than Lando Norris. And Albon still unable to get past Russell. What a great result this be for Russell. And doesn't Antonelli got a 10-second penalty anyway? Unless, did he take... Were there pit stops? Did he take it, Antonelli? Did he take it at the safety car he caused? No. Would have been given after. McLaren's pushing very hard to keep Max out of DRS. I don't read it like that. I just think that McLaren's just got way better pace. Let's see if Russell can hold off Albon. It'd be worth doing, trying to keep that P5. And look at the Gasly train. Look at the Alpine tractor train here. Gasly, go on. How much can you defend? The tables are turned and it's now Behrman on a fresh tyre. So that time around, Lando was just a 1/10.5 basically slower than Oscar Piastri. What was Colapinto up to? Did he do something silly? Did he go for a silly move? Yes, he did. Went for a silly move on the Haas. Chopped right across him. Contact. Contact again. One of the stupidest moves I've ever seen, frankly. Colapinto on Ocon. So Verstappen, Russell, yeah, getting really pressurised here by Alex Albon. Gasly still holding on as well with 11 laps to go. Gasly on those hard tyres. It might be because Behrman's got no pace behind him. And yeah, another 5-second penalty for Antonelli from Yolanda Versteeg. So 15 seconds for Antonelli. Well, what's the gap to Gasly? At the moment, it's 7 seconds. So actually, if you're Mercedes here, what do you do on balance? Do you say to Russell, let Albon and Antonelli through, otherwise Antonelli's going to lose points? I don't know what you do here. Verstappen not happy with the ride now. Just a usual complaint. So a pretty terrible race for Antonelli in the round. But all of his own making, because if he didn't do that silly move, he'd be looking pretty good right now, I'd have to say. He's managed to accumulate 15 seconds worth of penalties there. So keep an eye on the gap between Antonelli and Behrman. At the moment it's 8.5 seconds, but Antonelli is lapping almost 2 seconds a lap quicker. So he just needs to, he needs that pace. They need Russell to really push. But Alex Albon's they can't control what Albon does, basically. Well, they probably can because they supply the engines. They could send a post-it note and say to Albon, Albon, just don't do anything stupid, please. Yeah, Behrman up 12 positions. By the way, Behrman started in last place in this race, just so we remember. What do we think? Behrman, potential driver of the day? From old Ollie B? From old Oliver Behrman? Oh, and Behrman's, yeah, Gasly now falling back. So now, I think Antonelli won't be able to hold off Behrman. So, I think Antonelli, when he takes a 15 seconds, he's going to end up behind Behrman. And what about Russell? If Russell gets a 10-second penalty as well. How is Bortoleto behind Sainz? Bortoleto just randomly boxed. Just for banter, basically. Lando's been stuck behind Oscar from 1.2 to 1.5 seconds all race. And it looks like he's pushing as hard as he can. Now you've been checking the onboards. If it looks like he's really pushing, then it's just solid pace from Oscar Piastri, isn't it? With 7 laps to go, or 8 laps to go. 1.6 is the gap at the front. Piastri possibly a very few light drops in 3 laps time. It will be less than at the start of the race, just making the drivers aware. Yeah, Hadjar started for me. It's a great qualifying, but I think Behrman has done incredible here. We all mean the strap. Do we all owe an apology to Haas? Yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare. I need to see what lap times Behrman was doing. And I can compare them against my lap times. And we'll make a fun video about it at that circuit. I have raced F2 drivers at that circuit. And it's pretty... Oh, no, my God, Lando's out! Lando's out! Oh, my God! Oh my days, Lando is out. Lando is out. Lando is out. I got smoke coming from in the cockpit. I smell something funny. Lando's out. This is huge for the championship. This is insane. This is insane. Andrea Stella having a little smile. Having a little cheeky smile about it. Lando Norris is out. This means Hadjar is going to get his first podium in Formula 1. Verstappen's going to finish P2. And Oscar Piastri is going to gain 25 points on Lando Norris because of an engine failure. Oh my days. No one predicted this. This is the one prediction we didn't make. Chat, I want your reactions in the chat right now. I want your reactions in the chat. I want your reactions. I don't even know. I'm speechless. I know, you know me, I'm never speechless. The RB MasterCard team are absolutely loving it. It is going to be another safety car. And if that car gets on fire, it could be a while. Terrible news for Antonelli, because Antonelli's now going to lose 1 billion positions. This is how Formula 1 used to be. This used to happen to Kimi Räikkönen at Ferrari. This is how it used to happen. Montoya, the cars would just blow up. Like, I like this. I like the fact that they've clearly been pushing so hard. They haven't been in some kind of mad tolerance window. This is how Formula 1 should be. Engines should blow up near the end of races if you're racing hard. This is old school. This is old school. We haven't seen this for too long. Out of nowhere, out of absolutely nowhere, the engine blows. Like, I'm sorry for Lando, but I love this for Formula 1. Lando's having a little seat on the sand dunes, taking off his knee pads. This is racing. This is racing. It's hard. It's ugly. It's unfair. It's unpredictable. This is the opposite of what I think Formula 1 want. Formula 1, everything to all 20 cars finish the race and anyone can win. No. Leclerc's on his phone. Does he have his phone in his pocket? Maybe he's calling up Lando. This is racing. This is how it is. This is how it is in the grassroots. Sometimes you can't. You have a mechanical issue because you're pushing hard. Chat. Verstappen for the win. Verstappen for the win. What do we think? Michael, they'll be talking about this for decades. Lando's car has blown up. It's not a good look from McLaren because they're like, oh, cars are amazing. Oh. It's an anti-stall moment for Lando again. McGurkin, was it a flare lobbed from the crowd? It could literally be something like a tear-off. And they were trying to vacuum... I noticed they were trying to vacuum something out of the car, by the way, at one of his pit stops. Before he ran over the Jackman, they were trying to get something out. Joseph, the old school Mercedes engine happened to Mika Hakkinen many times. Yeah, but that was it. You just never knew. You could never... It always made the races exciting because you just never knew. And therefore, it didn't matter if you had big gaps. It didn't matter if someone was 40 seconds ahead because the engine could blow. How do you feel right now if you're Oscar Piastri, by the way? RB MasterCard, they'll be getting ready on the socials. Dark Cloud Hadjar driver of the day. Crazy, like says, like the old days. Never happened to Senna in half the race in 89. This is old school. If you're a newer fan, you won't remember. This will be like weird, but this is how it used to be. there was genuine jeopardy because you felt like the cars were revving to like 20,000 RPM and they're on the ragged edge. They were all pushing each other. The car has been recovered to the other side of the barrier. It's still kind of smoking, but it has been recovered to the barrier. So safety car may be able to end soon. V-neck unreliability was a big factor in F1. You're saying Zandvoort should stay. Kevin, it's a dream shatter for Lando right there. Snowline's loving it. Webber also cheering. Oh, my days. It's like old school, this. It's old school. Looks like a safety car might be coming in this lap. We might have a 5-lap sprint to the end. We might have a 5-lap sprint to the end here. How much risk is Verstappen going to take? Yes, I think is the answer. Safety car looks like it's coming in this lap. There's going to be 4 laps to go, everyone. 4 laps to go. We are at the restart. Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar, Russell, Albon, Antonelli, Behrman in P7 now. Stroll, Alonso, Gasly, Tsunoda, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Colapinto, Lawson, Bortoleto and Sainz as Piastri commences the restart. Keep an eye on Verstappen on those soft tyres. Yeah, it's going to be really tough for Norris, that one. That's a real tough one to take. Verstappen being told light drizzle. Surely Verstappen's not going to send it. Oh! Surely he's not going to send it into turn 3. What's Verstappen going to be up to on those soft tyres? How much does he have in there? JT, I can't believe I say this. Come on, Verstappen. Marie, come on, Max. Chat, who do you want to win this race? Put the driver in the chat that you want to win. Verstappen, half a second. Snowland, the good old days from racing with real Max Verstappen Piastri is cooked. Max locked in right now. Can he stay within a second? Even if DRS is not activated this lap. Ruka says Verstappen, Gultan Max, Marie Max, Yana Max, Lahai Sonoda, Abby Max, Kevin Max, Josh Oscar. Darko says Verstappen. Still about a second as Gasly drops even further. Sonoda overtakes him. And it's still actually about a second between Piastri and Max Verstappen with DRS now enabled. So let's see. Also, there's big pressure on Oscar Piastri here. Potentially Canada 2010 vibes if Piastri were to bottle this. But, I mean, this is crazy. Like, the complexion of the championship now. Piastri getting, you know, probably looks like 25 points on Lando is pretty mad. What an exciting race. We lost both Ferraris. We lost big drivers in this race. Big drivers. Lots of safety cars. It's been a great race, hasn't it? It's been a great race. Kevin Max, come on, you got to push now. JT, why has Piastri suddenly become the villain? Yeah, it's like he's subconsciously being blamed. Sophia, as much as I'm hoping for Oscar, Max getting P1 would be insane. Ruud van Loon, this race is insane. 1.5 is the gap now. It looks like Verstappen won't have an answer for that. Chai saying there are some raindrops, but nothing that will influence the race. Welcome, Yellowfin Fox. If you're not subscribed, by the way, hit the subscribe button right now. Just hit the subscribe button. We want to get to 119k. Track clear. Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar going for his first podium. What's the gap between Hadjar and Verstappen? Keep an eye on that. Eagle Cot, who cheer for now? Maybe Colapinto. Josh looks like Oscar's done what he needed. Now the engine needs to hold out. There was an issue earlier on this season. Wasn't there in China? There was a gearbox issue near the end of the race for the McLarens or for Lando. Antonelli's going to lose. He's got 15 seconds of penalties. So it's going to be double points for Aston and double points for Haas, basically. As Hulkenberg drops below Carlos Sainz. We are going on to the last lap, everyone. Professor saying plenty of drops falling now. But we're going on to the last lap. Abby, this is my first time watching a race. I want to say welcome, Abby. Make sure you're subscribed. And we'll be back for Monza, where we might... Does anyone remember the pizza giveaway we did last year with Peroni? We might be doing something. So Piastri, Verstappen, Hadjar, Russell hanging on past Albon, Antonelli who will drop, Behrman, Stroll, Alfonso, Tsunoda, Ocon, and then Colapinto just outside the points, those last two. But Oscar Piastri here is going to take an incredible and very significant victory here at the Dutch GP with Verstappen incredibly in P2, and what a result for Isaac Hadjar. We will stay on the stream actually, I think, to see kind of what goes down at RB. We saw with Nico Hulkenberg get the podium in Silverstone. I think there's going to be similar vibes here. Thanks, Darko. Will Russell hold on as well? Piastri goes round the last corner in the banking and will enter the home straight where there will be plenty of orange. Who will also be cheering for Max Verstappen, who's just a second behind. But it is Isaac Hadjar who gets an incredible podium for the rookie. What a long way he's come since crashing on the formation lap in Australia. He was put in the mud by Helmut Marko disgracefully. But what a recovery from Hadjar, who says one of his heroes is Lewis Hamilton. And frankly, he's doing a much better job this season, it seems. He hasn't had the best point scoring. He's done well in qualifying. But now the point scoring is coming. It's a big haul of points here for Isaac Hadjar. Who do we think is driver of the day? Thanks, Matt. Good to see you.
Okay, crack on.
You landed Dark Cloud Susie as well. Hadjar, what a drive here. And should he be promoted to Red Bull or not? It's not a simple question. It's a complicated one. Dark Cloud says Hadjar. Nevon, yeah, Nevon saying Behrman up 14. There you go. Antonelli goes all the way down to P16 because that 15 seconds of penalty. Let me run down the top 10. Piastri first, Verstappen P2, Isaac Hadjar P3, George Russell recovering to P4, Alex Albon in P5, Oliver Behrman in P6. Incredible result for Oliver Behrman. Lance Stroll. Remember, Stroll and Behrman started last, up in P7. Fernando Alonso in P8. So maybe he did call it right with that undercut. Yuki Tsunoda in P9. And Esteban Ocon rounding up the points in P10. And the RB MasterCard team are absolutely loving this. Yolanda, no, not to Red Bull, please, with him. Let him say it, Racing Bulls. Professor, I would not promote Hadjar. Michael, congrats to Hadjar. Sophia, honestly, so happy for Hadjar and Dark Cloud. First podium is special. Red Bean says Hadjar. Jinx says, why is everyone rooting for Hadjar? Maybe someone could explain to Jinx why everyone's rooting for Hadjar. But can we just take a moment to think about Lando Norris here? Like, what do you do right now if you're Lando Norris? What can you do? Because even if you finish first for the rest of the season and Oscar's right behind you, I'm not even sure you win at this point. I'm not even sure you win. Or is it technically possible if you win every race, even if Oscar finishes second, you just got to win every race now? I think Lando needs to gamble more. That's the thing. Lando can't sit in P2. It's like he's got to go all in. It's like a poker tournament. Forest GT, I hate to say, but Stroll P20 to P7. Maybe Stroll driver of the day. Stroll driver of the day? Driver of the century? Welcome Valerie, Doogie and Troubleshooter. Kevin Stroll, how did he do that? It's got to be studied. It's got to be studied. Chai says he's a full GP behind Piastri in terms of points. Yeah. Well, Piastri just extended his lead by 25 points. Thanks, Sarah. Great to have you with us. Hope we see you next time. Do you think it'll be very suspicious if an engine blows for Piastri in a future race? Michael, Lando gambled in Hungary and it worked. True. Thanks, Josh. Sophia, Lando is screwed, poor guy. JT, but they've been told to keep it clean. Well, Lando's got nothing to lose. Like, if Lando plays it safe, he's probably not going to win the championship. Lando needs to go for wins. Lando, the more races Lando finishes P2 and Oscar P1 is another missed opportunity to close that gap. And he's only got 9 races to go now, right? That's still a lot of points on the table. Still about 225 points, isn't it, to go? Piastri on top of the car. Fist pump. Fireworks. Thanks, Valerie. Hope you're having good holidays. Max congratulates Oscar Piastri. And Hadjar as well. Big dap. Big dap, as they say, between Piastri and Hadjar. They know what it means for Isaac. Verstappen, big dap. Piastri let Hadjar weigh himself first. Thanks, Josh. Good luck with the double shift. Lahaya, Albon first lap. That needs to be studied, how he did that. Mega Mind, we need Kimi back. Kimi is here. Kimi just got a 15-second penalty. Zach Brown congratulates Hadjar. Maybe you have an eye on him. Hadjar doesn't know where to go. Oh, he's found his team now. That's a meme. Hadjar didn't know where to go. Found his team. Jumped in there. It's chaos. It's chaos. There's lots of backslapping. Someone's got an IO interactive cap. Someone's a Hitman fan in there. Who's a Hitman fan? Great scenes from Hadjar. I wish why have I never celebrated any of my wins like that? Just jumped into the crowd. The non-existent crowd. There's been a crowd sometimes. Michael, hopefully we can see Oscar's terrible dancing. He dances like a championship leader. Professor saying Zach Brown also dapping Hadjar. Can we keep track of the daps, please? Who's on the dap watch? What a dramatic race. Kevin, Hadjar should keep this performance. He might attract some bigger teams next season. Hadjar looks so happy. Isaac Hadjar. He's just dapping everyone. He's dapping Aston Martin now. He's going back for some more daps in the RB Masterclass. We'll do. Well, maybe in the future we can live stream some of my races. Hadjar looking for the Red Bull camp. Hadjar can't contain his smile. Yeah, you love to see it. It's a real antidote to drivers who play it really cool when they win. Like Max playing it really cool. It's great to see Hadjar just go for it. Piastri 25-point difference to Lando. I mean, was it neck and neck then? Was it neck and neck previously? Was it actually equal before the break? So now it's 25 points. Is it 20 points for P2? Is it 20 or 18 points for P2? So basically, if even if Lando wins the next 5 races, if Oscar finishes P2, then it would only become equal again. Welcome, Dean. Kevin, Hadjar kept his composure. Such a chaotic race. Yeah, indeed. Yes, indeed. Black and my eyes closed and 15 minutes passed. Ah! There's a great finish to the race. It was 9, so 34. Hang on, I need to get some clarification here. What is the point standing now? Because if it's 34 points, that's big. 34 points is big. Is the gap now 34 points? We need to know. Hulk and Hadjar both got their first podium in the same year. Yes, indeed. No, there's no fastest lap point anymore. There we go. How many? That's loads. 34. Is that 34 points then? 34-point difference. Hadjar. Oh, what's Hadjar got to say? He's getting loads of cheers.
Full concentration, anything can happen still.
We're surprised he kept the 4th place. made it possible with the qualifying. It was the qualifying that made it possible. It's great for the RB team as well. So confirmed now, 34 points. And if Norris wins... Okay, if Norris wins to remain, Piastri gets second, 6... Okay, so basically Norris just... It's more needs to win races. Needs to win them. Kevin, I want Norris to bounce back. Not a McLaren fan, but can understand that pain. The thing is, this is how it used to be. It used to be like this. You get to the end of the season and engines would blow up. But how do you fight against Oscar Piastri when he's such a cool customer? Like, how can you get at Oscar? Oscar led from start to finish for the first time in his F1 career. Isn't that insane? It's like his 8th victory or something. That's the first start to finish victory for Oscar Piastri. So every other victory he's had hasn't been start to finish. How many start to finishes has Verstappen had? Professor Oscar is a monster that barely breaks a sweat. Yes, indeed. Well, I think it's definitely advantage. We're trying to salvage something for Norris here, but it's definitely advantage Piastri. 4SGT, if I was Hadjar, I'd stay well clear of Red Bull for some reason. In my opinion, the only driver in the past that has been able to drive the RB to standard Max was Ricciardo. What if Max leaves though? Could Hadjar become the lead driver? Could Hadjar become the lead driver in Red Bull? What do we think about that? Is that a possibility? What if Hadjar replaces Max? What if Max does go to Mercedes because they dropped Kimi? Could you have Max and George in the same team though? Frederick, it's actually a hat-trick Piastri. He's got a fastest lap and he got a clean race bonus. No contact. Right, I think they would get another number one. I just think it was such a good race from Hadjar, really. Such a good race. And it was built on fantastic qualifying. So, very well deserved. Oscar Piastri's going to sign some champagne. He's going to dust some sand off it. To Charlie. Don't know who Charlie is. To celebrate. Okay, OP. Is it time for Piastri to be the McLaren number one? Maybe. Maybe just bet the farm on Piastri. And now he's got to press a button or something. Oscar Piastri's going to press a red button. What's going to happen? And it's nuclear Armageddon. No, it's fireworks. Fireworks all over the track. Very nice. Orange fireworks. You can kind of tell what they were hoping for, but it works either way. Kind of works. Yeah, I wonder how McLaren are going to feel. Can McLaren really celebrate this? Can McLaren really celebrate it, or have they got to be muted? Does Oscar need to be a bit muted? Let's get some slow-mos of some of the DAP action that was going on. I'm not sure McLaren can really celebrate this one, to be honest. Let's see. It's going to be one of the... Do you remember like when Webber would win, Vettel didn't like celebrating it? Kevin, same Norris, Piastri both equal... Yeah, yeah. It's they've been lucky that they haven't been unlucky in the past. That makes sense. Well, let me listen to Cool Down. About the slipperiness on Verstappen lap one. It was the sand. Verstappen saying he couldn't do anything about Oscar Lando going clean around the outside. Looking at a Hamilton crash. Quite an exciting race. Lots of action. Front runners didn't know about any of this stuff really. It's all behind them, wasn't it? Apart from Lando. I get the feeling like they think Hajar's like the new kid, and he's not quite in the group, which is awesome. I love it. Engine issue for Lando Norris. Wow, wow, wow. V-neck days like this are what F1 used to be and still should be. Dark cloud. Lando's car took issues. Lando's car issues took the attention away from Ferrari. I do agree, actually. Bit of a meme race from Ferrari. Although you could say Leclerc was doing really well, to be fair. Like, Helmut Marko and Zach Brown next to each other. By the way, Laurent Mekies going from RB to Red Bull, and now RB get the P3. What do we think about that? Thanks, Chai. Thanks for joining in all the modding. Appreciate it. Helmut to McLaren. That's what the rumours are saying. That's what the rumours are saying. Is it next week? Oh, it is next week. Is it Monza next week? Yeah. Monza next week. My favourite circuit to race on. Monza, Monza, Monza. Maybe we'll do FP3 as well. Should we do FP3 on Motorsport Channel? Is it David Guetta? Lahai, I think Hadar had an insane race. See, Kevin. Click Rock. Could Leclerc still get a penalty? Yeah, potentially. Thanks, Martin. Frederick led every lap, so it's a Grand Slam, and he's the second youngest to do so. Who's the first youngest? Zach was looking at Hadar like a fresh piece of meat. Wow. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for the donation as well. Hope everything's good in Australia. Yeah, it's been a good stream. It's been good to do it back. We might be doing some more kind of, you know, like the branded ones in the future. But it's all, it's such a good layout we got here, right? It's so good. It's so good. Monza is Ferrari land. It's pronounced Davide Guetta, uncle. So, chap, it is the podium. Oscar Piastri, Max Verstappen, and Isaac Hadjar. Right, so what I might do is I might do a reaction video right now and just put it on the Motorsport channel straight away. So if people don't, if one of the mods can put in the Motorsport channel link, because there's going to be so much content coming out on Motorsport channel, like maybe even my grid walk from Monaco is going to be there. There'll be a sort of karting race on there. So please, 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 if you enjoy this, make sure you subscribe to the Motorsport channel, because that's like pure motorsport. Because today on this channel later, there's going to be a interview with the SimLab CEO who makes this wheel. So that's going to be on this channel later. But on the Motorsport channel later, there's going to be a reaction video to this race, and I might talk about how I feel about like the engine reliability and stuff like that, and Hadjar and everything. So it's better that it works on channels that way as opposed to trying doing them both on the same channel. Who's my favourite rider? Yeah, got to be Big Frankie. Zach Brown is in this. He's got to play it like, can't look super happy, but he's got to be happy for Oscar. Anthems are done. We'll see how Hadjar goes with the champagne. When you move up into Premier class, Is it David Guetta? No, it's not. It's His Highness Prince Bernhard, who I thought was David Guetta, but it's actually the Prince of Denmark. It looks like a part-time DJ. I kind of hope that Max retires for like a season or two. FIA President's Medal. Oh, these trophies look very gentle. Heineken, Executive Board Member. The CFO of Heineken is presenting a trophy. Do you think I can present a trophy one day? Thanks, Martin. Appreciate it. We almost got to 500 likes. That was what I was hoping for. Trophy for Max as well. It looks like China. It looks like China trophies. Surely they're going to get smashed. Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to Monza. Monza, and then what we got, Azerbaijan, and then obviously we go to Vegas, Qatar, Abu Dhabi. We've got Circuit of the Americas as well, Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Singapore. Oh, big races, big international races. And next year, I want to be doing more live streams at races. I want to make it happen. I want to reach out to big brands like Heineken. I want to make that happen. So your support is always like any way you can manifest your support in like a like or a subscribe or something is like really important. Champagne is done. Thanks, Vlaka's off to the beach. Well, chat, like I said, I'm gonna record a video now for the Motorsport channel. So if one of the mods doesn't mind putting in the Motorsport link to that channel, and also I feel like maybe rebranding that channel. I feel like maybe rebranding it to calling it something like F1 fan or fan of, or like fans, so we can do more like fan content. Something like that. I don't know what you think. What do you think about rebranding it from Kireth Motorsport to something else? I don't think Kireth Motorsport really makes sense to anyone else other than me. That I'm like, oh, it's the Motorsport channel. So maybe we call it something else, like we give it a cool name and a branding maybe. That's it. Sky Sports are done. They're out of here. Let me find the link. Ugh. Let me get the old link for it. Yeah, I need to call it something else because it doesn't even show up on Google when I search it. So we will rebrand it. Yeah, maybe racing. Maybe racing. Okay. So this is the channel. You can see there's lots of cool motorsport content on there. Interviews, short form content. We did the Red Bull video, that was really exciting. So let's see, maybe we call it something. I think it has to be about fan. I think I need fans in there, because I think it'd be cool to do live streams there where we just like talk about stuff and do question. I don't think it's. So I think me driving will be a part there, but I think it will be quite. It's not gonna be the biggest part. But I also want to, if I'm rebranding it, I want to. Well, I can experiment with something. So. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to record something now, and it's going to go straight on there. So if you want to see it, that's where it's going to be. And yeah, otherwise, I'm going to be back for Monza. There'll also be a big SimLab interview going live on this channel later, which is going to be very exciting. So make sure you check that out. Wheel spin. And I will see you definitely next week. Although there might be some exciting F1 streams before that. There might be something exciting on Friday to keep an eye out on, with some giveaways and stuff as I understand it. So maybe I'll see you then. But thanks so much for joining. Unlucky for Lando. But yeah, Oscar Piastri looking good. And what a story for